I mean, the only thing that they really asked this week was how could we improve the Tennessee Titans and try to make them competent. I don't know if they want them to be a competitor or a Super Bowl contender, but I would just say a playoff contender. Just leave it early. What moves would you make?
Every move I can. Alec Pierce is now available. Go get him. Kenneth Walker's now available. Go get him. Trey Henderson is available. Go get him. Shoot your shot at all the best names. You gotta try.
I
Swing
mean,
for
yeah,
the
you got
fences.
some. I mean, you should swing. I wouldn't really. I don't know if the Trey Henderson move is necessary. I mean, you got a 1 year, well, sophomore year pass rusher, and I don't really want to mess his name up.
So one
Olafemi
so
Odejo,
one so one
and
pass
then
rush
you
is
just
enough.
traded
That's what you
for.
telling me?
I mean, you just traded for Jermaine Johnson, so you got to. You got both edges solidified.
If you got Trey Henderson on the market, come on now. You about to lose Jeffrey Simmons if you don't tighten up.
Hey, I feel like that. What would you be bringing Trey Hendrickson to do? Rotational pass rush snaps? Because I obviously wanted. I traded my second round defensive tackle for Jermaine Johnson, so I obviously wanted him to play.
That was before you knew Trey Henderson was available. Plans change.
Feel like plans change, but also you don't you don't trade. You're
I
not going
don't
to trade
think
away your second round.
Robert Sala ain't cutting no corners as far as pass rushes. He rather have more than not enough.
Sacrifice the run defense, I guess, to get the
Oh,
pass
you
rush.
got
That
Jeff. You got Big Simmons in the middle.
okay. So I'm gonna ask you like you asked me about the pass rusher. One defensive tackle is enough.
Simmons, yeah. No, really, realistically speaking, yes, actually. One D tackle is enough. Especially if you got strong ends.
And a 3-4 defense, that's not how that works.
One
And
D
that's what they
tackle is
got.
enough. One D tackle is enough.
Yeah, if you're gonna play in the middle, Jeffrey Simmons a 4-eye. He's not Aaron Donald. He's not stopping every play.
Go get Trey Henderson, Tennessee. Go get my mans.
Hey,
If you want to win, bring him in.
I feel like you do need to try definitely touching that receiver market, whether it's trying to sign or I should say even more so steal Alec Pierce from the Colts. Or I mean, you can kind of wait that window because I mean Brandon Ayuk is eventually gonna get cut.
Whoa, whoa,
Rashid,
whoa.
Rashid Shaheed will likely be a free agent as well. So you can test those waters.
Don't you sign up for that. Don't you sign up for that ride. Let Brandon Ayuk do whatever he's doing. Don't sign up for that ride. I'll be surprised if Robert Sala even test the market with Brandon Ayuk being that he was just in the 49ers organization. I'll be very surprised if he tries that.
Hey, anything's worth a try when you're trying to rebuild.
Go get Alec Pierce, man.
I'm about to say, yeah, Alec Pierce is definitely one of the, I would say, one of the better moves. I mean, tonight, like you
Mike
said, get
Evans,
yourself wrapped up in the Brandon Ayuk saga.
Mike
Um,
Evans, Stephon Diggs.
yeah,
Go swing for
that
both
is
of them.
that's another viable option. I say because he's not returning back to New England.
To the subscriber, we appreciate the input, but more than so, where Tennessee is at, all we trying to say is they have the quarterback nailed down. He's on that rookie contract. They have the cap space going into this offseason. They have to capitalize on this offseason right now. We might not pinpoint the names that'll make them fit because there's a multitude of names that can be plugged in and push them towards contending. But we're just saying capitalize on this moment because you're not going to get it again in these circumstances very
This
often.
rookie window is definitely one that you should try to capitalize on the
It's that
most.
second year. It's always that second year because
You got to see what they
realistically
got in the
speaking,
first.
exactly. Realistically speaking, you only got after that second year, you got second year and the third year, and by the time then you need to know something because you're gonna have to pay them. So you got to capitalize on this window right here, and I think they will. Like I said, if Tennessee when we do our preseason outlook towards the beginning of the regular season, if Tennessee doesn't stand out to us as the winner of the offseason, then they would have failed their opportunity or missed this opportunity. I don't think they will.
Welcome to Point Blank Period, Point Blank Period,
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Ohtani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top 5.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the Niners.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby.
We drafted your replacement already. So
Whoa. I don't gotta talk to no peons. Why not just come back and prove?
This time he's really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
All right. Welcome to Point Blank Period Podcast, the best sports podcast, Point Blank Period. Today is episode 46. Welcome to the Combine. I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD. Who's your player of the week for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference and the NBA? It's on you, Mr. KD.
Well, the player of the week was announced, and they're not just personally mine; they are the NBA's selection. So, I'll go with the surprise more to say with Jalen Duran. I think his season has been tremendous up until this point. For him to actually put an accolade and a realistic award to it just shows how this year has been going for him and the Detroit Pistons, and he being the probably second most important player on that roster as far as contribution. So Jalen Duran, with his past week averaging 26 and 14, well deserving of it. He probably could have got it a couple weeks prior.
man,
With how he's been competing. Everybody get caught, man. Everybody get caught.
I mean, hey, I feel like that's what did it.
Ant got dunked on.
Yeah, you said everybody get caught, but it's like I feel like that was what did it. They was like, oh yeah, we gotta give it to him now.
He caught Ant decent. Who was it? You put me on the spot. Who was it? They caught Ant. It's gonna take too long to get to it. But to segue to Ant, that was the Western Conference Player of the Week, putting up 29, 3 and 5, undefeated during the week. Best American player in the NBA in the association. Anthony Edwards finally gets one this year. You got someone else or other people you were thinking of?
I figured Jalen Duran was. I didn't think he was gonna get it, but I mean, and that is completely understandable. Like I said, man, dunked on Wemby. They gonna give it to him.
You keep talking about him dunking on Wemby. Who won the game?
You asking too many questions now.
Who won the game?
You asking too many questions now. Talking about who won the game and all. Like, ain't nobody worried about that.
All right. So we're gonna get to our next topic, which is our injury report / trade rumors. After retiring due to multiple injuries, Derek Carr is looking to come back to the NFL. What's your thoughts about that, Mr. Amari? But more importantly, what team should want him and what team should he be looking to go to? Is on you, Mr. Amari.
Me personally, I'll tell that man stay home with his family. But the Minnesota Vikings have shown interest in Derek Carr. So, I mean, I feel like you only need to show interest in the team that shows interest in you. That don't be that can I get a hug guy. Like, you go out there, Minnesota said they want you, go to Minnesota. They're going to give you a chance. And that's his best and only odds, really.
It's gonna become a repeating thing as we go through this specific episode. How many times we're probably gonna mention Minnesota, but
yeah,
them being the best probably opportunity to walk into as a quarterback, especially working with Kevin O'Connell. Of course, that would sound great for Derek Carr. What works against Derek Carr is exactly what I just said. Minnesota is the best place, and there's
I
too
thought you was
many
about
other
to say
viable
because
options.
it's Derek Carr.
Well, that part too, but there's too many other viable options, and for the probably better options would be an extreme. But like you said, I think his best bet is to stay where he's at, be comfortable, ride off into the sunset, accept where you are. But if they knock at his door, i.e. Phillip Rivers, who am I to turn down the opportunity?
Yeah, who am I to tell you to turn down the opportunity to, I mean, once again, relive the dream that I'm sure you thought of when you were a child.
Gina, they called me.
But Mr. Amari, this is the question I got to ask you. The reports is he's only going to a Super Bowl contending team. So it ain't they called me. He's saying basically I'm only going to about 4 or 5 teams. What's your thoughts about that?
I don't really
Well,
think
it
you're in a
ain't. It's
position to
not no.
choose.
First off, it ain't no 4 or 5 teams that are Super Bowl contenders that don't have a quarterback. Like so
In my point,
that's
that's another thing.
that's too far of a reach.
The only Super Bowl contender I would think that doesn't have a quarterback, and that's only for a year, is the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll be out Mahomes, and I still wouldn't want him on the roster.
And I don't know if that roster is a Super Bowl team without Mahomes.
Yeah,
No, my point is I agree with y'all, but the report says he's saying that he's not coming back for a playoff contending team. He's coming back for only a Super Bowl contending team. Do you think that's like far fetched and wild? And what do you think about that statement in particular?
I just think his team put that out, but because there's no way he could have said that out of his mouth and thought he was gonna get something for it.
And that's also a perspective claim that sometimes you got to dive into. What are you saying? A Super Bowl contender to the Masters, or how I feel I would make them a Super Bowl contender team? He might think the Colts are a Super Bowl contender team
I mean,
with him on that
and
roster.
that would be another likely option, being that Daniel Jones will be out for a good
You know
start,
what I'm
but
saying?
a
So we
good
don't know
start of the
what
season.
it's
But
perspective. We don't know what he really mean by that. But I'm just saying it's not no 4 or 5 teams. If you saying if he wants to stay strict to what his team put out with Super Bowl contending teams, you're talking about 2 or 3 spots, maybe 2 really, to be honest with you. And I can't even think of teams off the top, but you don't. There's no Super Bowl contending teams without a quarterback. Like that's why I
And
think
Mr.
that's
and Mr.
a
KD, I
narrative
agree
thing.
wholeheartedly. That's what my thought was. If you're a Super Bowl contender, 9 times out of 10, you got a quarterback. But to Mr. Amari point, the only team that may be a quote unquote Super Bowl contender that doesn't have a quarterback is Kansas City due to injury. But to your point, they may not even be a good team. So how good are they without Mahomes? So my whole thing
That's
is,
like the
do
Bills.
you really want to come back? That's why I think I'm really
Why
asking.
the
Do you really want
Bills?
to come back? If you saying that I'm only coming back for a Super Bowl team, I don't think you really want to come back. I think that you just saying it like I will.
listen,
Basically, I will come back if a
he's
Super
starting
Bowl team
early.
call me and their quarterback got hurt.
I
No.
mean,
What he's saying is his team, like
we
Amari said, I
seen a
think his
we
team put
seen the
that
Super
out.
Bowl. We seen a team win a playoff game with a hurt quarterback. I mean,
He's trying to shoo away the Saints and the
Mm,
Falcons,
okay.
and he's trying to shoo them away. So I don't
he said
say
he's trying to
Super.
shoo away the teams
Yeah,
that
don't call me. Don't
you
call me.
could go to. You could
Yeah,
start. Well,
don't
maybe
the
nah. I
Jets.
don't know.
Don't
He can't
the
start for the. He
Jets.
can't start for
Don't
the
call
Saints.
me.
They got Tyler Sharp.
He wouldn't go back there anyway. That's what cut his career short. To be honest with you, but the Jets don't
Mm,
don't call me. Certain teams he don't want you to call. I don't want to hear that call. Now he might take that
oh,
call from Pittsburgh.
no,
Pittsburgh got call, he might answer.
no, no. Pittsburgh never called him.
I'm just saying, if A-Rod said he done, y'all
No,
might make that call. Y'all might make that call.
we've been very confident in Will Howard. We are not making that call.
I don't know. Derek Carr, Will Howard is a close one. The only reason I'll
Derek
give
How?
Will Howard a
No,
slide is because
no.
Derek Carr been sitting down.
No, I'm not hearing that.
Hold on a minute. Hold
No,
on. Wait a minute. Derek Carr is
I'm not
was
saying
a
it
solid quarterback.
was when he was in Oakland or when they first went to Vegas. Because this is the only 2 times.
My man was nice in New Orleans.
Yeah, okay. He was nice to the people. I understand.
All right. Speaking of a nice prospect, Mr. Cal Pitts. Atlanta has placed the franchise tag on him. Is he the long-term solution for Atlanta as the tight end one and also a primary pass catcher, or is he a short-term rental? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
Um, Kevin Stefanski actually pointed out that Kyle Pitts will be a big focal point in the offense. And I mean, that's been evident as we've seen in Cleveland. Tight ends play a big piece in Kevin Stefanski's offenses, but that was especially this past season with Harold Fannin and David Njoku. They kind of played to the mismatches, and
I'm getting
Kyle
sick.
Pitts is a
I'm
walking
getting sick of you.
mismatch.
I'm getting sick of you saying that dude name, man. His name been said more than some other these tight ends.
Harold Fannin.
My God.
I mean, hey, if he's better than yours, then don't complain. You could have drafted him. You didn't.
We got Mike Gesicki.
You didn't say that with a straight face. We
Ah,
understand.
we got Mike Gesicki.
Okay, but like with how he utilized those two tight ends, you can get ultimately the same thing from Kyle Pitts. I mean, you do kind of, he's not necessarily the best blocker, so you can kind of split him out wide and use him in the vertical passing game alongside of Drake London and whomever you actually decide to make that true wide receiver two. Kyle Pitts can be utilized as the versatile weapon that he was sought as when he was coming out in Florida.
He
Yeah,
had a great year.
he
Um,
did.
I'll come out and say it. I wanted Kyle Pitts when he was coming out.
Of
But
course
then
you
I
did.
saw
Who
those
didn't?
first 2 years, and I was like, I'm glad we didn't get him. But then he came into a situation where he actually was able to capitalize on the opportunities that was given to him. And this is when you're supposed to cash out. Unfortunately, they franchise tagged him, so he can't reach the market and see how much he can really reap in. But I think it'll work out for him because of, like you said, Stefanski and his system is going to um,
They're gonna
amplify
maximize it.
Kyle Pitts and maxify Kyle Pitts' abilities. Uh, it's really on Michael Penix Jr. right now. So if that's the guy they move forward with in this system, I think Kyle Pitts will have ample opportunities. Hopefully, he can cash in on them and get a bigger deal with more security moving forward. But I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point in his career, has he earned the max security as far as a 3-4 year contract at a high market? I don't think so. I think the franchise
Mhm.
tag is just for what he has been able to do so far, and it's a prove it year where he can solidify his bag after
Yeah,
this season.
I definitely think the whole reason that he got this franchise tag was to actually try to see if you could double up the performance that you did. I mean, he did. I believe he posted 8 touchdowns this season, and he was also close to 1,000 yard campaign. But you've had so many lackluster years for you to have this one breakout year. Is like, okay, can you do it again? So they kind of treated him how they've been treating running backs in the past, kind of give him the franchise tag to see if you can do it again. If you don't do it, then I'll let you walk. But I think Atlanta didn't want Kyle Pitts to hit the market, especially and I really think it was due to a lot of the newer offensive minded head coaches going into these new head coaching vacancies. Kyle Pitts is a weapon if you use him correctly because he creates such mismatches. But he wasn't utilized in Arthur Smith's offense. He wasn't utilized really in Raheem's until this past season. So it was kind of just something that kind of didn't age well in his first 2 years until now, just kind of looking like that. But he still has to prove it a little bit more.
All right. So Pickens, he also got George Pickens, that is, got franchise tag, but he got that non-exclusive tag, which means another team can negotiate with him, and if they take him, they got to give up 2 first-round picks. Is he worth the hassle to try to do that? Meaning George Pickens, that is, and if so, what team would do that or should do that for him? And do you think he will leave before the season starts? Meaning, do you actually think a team will jump up and actually negotiate to get George Pickens? What's your thoughts about that, Mr. Amari?
I don't think anybody's about to trade 2 first round picks for George Pickens. But do I think he's worth it? I mean, depending on who you
No,
are, the Jets. Um, but I don't think he's necessarily worth it. I don't think anybody's gonna try to make that move. I mean, you could say Dallas won in this situation, being that they were able to keep him. But who's to say how long he's going to be content on playing on the franchise tag? So the plans are to. It looks like they're
this is
planning to restructure CD's contract to try to pay him, but I don't know if they're gonna get that done.
this is a first for Point Blank Period podcast, and it might be a first for all sportscasts and podcasts across the world. This was a great business move by Dallas.
Hmm.
This was a good business move by Jerry Jones. The tag that you offered him gives you a sense of security, but also it eliminates the risk. As far as if somebody does come in and outbid me, which I don't expect them to, because the cost comes with not only paying him more money than I would, but also losing 2 first round picks. So if a team does jump out the window and do that, I still walk away as a winner with those 2 picks in my back pocket. So I expect George Pickens to get a long term deal. Um, I don't know the numbers. I don't know if it'll match what he should garnish on the market or not. But great business move by Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys as far as keeping your leverage in this George Pickens
And Mr.
sweepstakes.
KD, and Mr. KD, that's exactly what I'm about to ask you. I'm about to say everything you were speaking about. I was about to say the word you was using is leverage. Like they exercise such a leverage that you got to meet me here. Like Russell Westbrook said, meet me at the top. Like the fact to Mr. Murray point, you got to give up 2 first rounds. Who, who's willing to? Not only that you got to pay them, that's one thing, but you got to give up 2 first rounders. Who's willing to do that? So the leverage.
This is like a cut. This is where you playing spades and you got you ain't got no diamonds, so you cutting out the gate. It's just a great move as far as uh, you raise the ante, but at the same time you you protect it. So uh, like I said, I don't see nobody give forfeiting picks and maxing him out. So I think he will end up back in Dallas. I'm not sure if it'll be on a franchise tag. They might come to an agreement where they can get to a contract that has some more security down the line, if they can both meet at a middle point. But I love the move. Like I said, it's not normally said connected to this organization and this ownership and this GM and everything. But a great business move by the Cowboys and um, Jerry Jones. Because after the season George Pickens just put up, there's no way you can let him walk out the door and not reap anything. So great move.
And Mr. Amari, what you think about this? Knowing George Pickens as a Steelers fan, if I keep him in a franchise tag, that means that it's 1 year. You have to prove it, or nobody else but us going to sign you. So I say that to say this: what is it about that he need that pressure of having a 1 year deal or having the ability to get the next contract to make? Basically, he need a fire on his ass. Basically, that's what I'm saying. What you think about that? And right now, he got to have that. Either he perform or he won't get the contract that he wants.
He just went through that. That was what
I,
this year was.
I'm about
And
to
that's
say,
what I'm
yeah,
saying. And he performed, and then he got to do it again, though. That's my point. That's why what you saying about the Cowboys is
I'll
so
go after
brilliant.
Amar. I'll go after Amar,
mm,
but it don't always work like that. Go ahead, Amar.
I feel like realistically, if they make the cap space, they'll pay him once before the season starts. But
That should be the
if
plan.
if they do decide to wait till after this season, I feel like the main goal for that is to see how much he can truly contribute while on the field with CD Lamb, because a lot of his production came when CD Lamb was not on the field. So if he can produce at that same rate with CD Lamb, okay, this is literally a situation where we have a 1A and 1B and not a wide receiver one and a wide receiver two, even though that's schematically how the game plan is placed. But and we know the level that of talent that George Pickens has, so he can be a wide receiver one in plenty of places. But if he isn't producing next year, I mean, they might want to look elsewhere if they haven't inked the deal already.
We got to remember who we're talking about. This guy is uberly talented, but we know sometimes the mentality is not where some would want it to be. So if I just went through this season, showed my worth, it was a prove it season. I showed my worth. I overproduced. I did everything that you was asking of me,
So you think
even when
you think we got crash
circumstances
out
happen.
Pickens again?
I'm just saying, like, give me my money. I'm not saying it like that, but now you want me to earn it again? Like that can be received a different way from the player's perspective because I just
But
went through a prove it year. You don't
To
do prove it years back to back, and especially not when you got a guy that we can call a crash out sometimes. Um, if I feel like I've done above and beyond in my prove it year, I might not be so receptive to you telling me do it again.
Mr. KD, that's the point. He's the type of player that he have to have a prove it year always.
No,
All
he
right, so
doesn't.
say to your point, he doesn't, and he crash out to Mr. Amari point. Then what? What is the market looking like for you if you crash out and you go out there and have a
If my man, if my
900
man
yard season?
doesn't play, no, if he doesn't play, if he vocally comes out and say how he's disappointed in how this is playing out,
and he
and
won't
he
play
chooses
next
to
year.
not play, his market will be fine next year because we're still holding what we see
It
Okay,
him
would
so
do.
you
honestly
so
do
you
him a
saying he might
lot
sit out?
better. it would do him a lot better if he decided to sit out than to go out there and have
Risk
fits about
injury,
not getting the ball or getting hurt, like
risk
he said.
injury, risk suspensions, risk lack of production. I'm risking too much when I've already proved everything. So if he was to sit out and just reap in this franchise tag money, which is very decent for the market price, and
29.
go into the next offseason as a unrestricted free agent, it would not affect his market, I don't believe. And he's young enough to sacrifice a year. You don't want to say it like that, but he's young enough to sacrifice a year.
No, I think all of us saying the same thing. So you saying, and I agree with you wholeheartedly now that I understand your point. It's better for him to sit out and then to crash out on the field or have low production or not be able to put up the stats and perform the way he did this year because he don't have a long-term contract. So either sit out, but my thought was, I was speaking from, it's if he perform and he's under this distress, he's going to perform like he performed in Pittsburgh, and he's going to be that dude that sometimes take plays off, really don't care, head in the air. So either you have to have that, or you have to have last year George Pickens to actually get the contract that he wants. But
me and Lamar on the same page because I believe with the good business move they just did with him, I think they're gonna follow that up. I think they will sign him long term. But
Like
with the
they've already
Cowboys,
talked about restructuring CD's contract to
with
open
the
up space.
Cowboys,
So
they just take forever. I don't know why they keep doing it, but this is what they do. I
yeah,
think they'll sign him.
they want to be talked about. That's all that is. But with that being said, and I'm gonna say this last one before we get to for you, Mr. Amari. I believe the quarterback for the Colts, Daniel Jones, he didn't get franchise tag. Well, he got franchise tag, but I think he got the transition. So speak about that a little in particular, because I believe that gives other teams the ability to negotiate with him as he's still a coach.
It gives him the ability to test the market, but he's still under the Colts. He's still under the Colts' rights. So he can test the market and see what his value is. However, the Colts still have the right to match whatever offer is made, unless, I mean, of course, they're outbid. But Daniel Jones, as of right now, is still an Indianapolis Colt, unless otherwise found out in this offseason.
And coming off that injury, there's nobody that's going to outbid them. So this was another business move where you just you got that chip, use it.
So, Mr. Amari, before we get to the NBA topics, any free agent moves or trade updates or anything you want to speak on before we get to the next topic is on you.
David Montgomery, running back of the Detroit Lions, was traded to the Houston Texans. Titus Howard, offensive tackle from the Houston Texans, was traded to the Cleveland Browns and then signed a massive extension. Trey Hendrickson was released and is now a free agent, as Mr. Katie stated earlier. So are
I don't like the terminology. Released. I don't like the word released. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, wait, y'all are Bengals. Y'all released them to the wild. This is what I would like to say, but I mean, I feel like that was.
We just didn't offer the franchise tag. I like this.
Okay, so you didn't franchise tag your your team sack leader for the third year in a row, I should say. Okay, Kenneth Walker walks into free agency. Jonathan Grenard of the Minnesota Vikings is on the trade block. Drew Dahlman, center for the Chicago Bears, retires. He retired today. As Mr. IT has said, Daniel Jones getting his transition tag. And Jimmy Ward was also cut from the Houston Texans. Tyler is expected to be cut
Ain't no expected.
at the beginning. He was released today by the Arizona Cardinals. Officially will be done on the start of the new league year. And the Jets tag Breece Hall, as well as Marshawn Lattimore being cut by the Washington Commanders.
Your boy, you done talked him into the free agent market for so many weeks. And that
boy's going to get cut. Told you that. Told you that boy's going to get cut.
Nah.
They watching the pod. Shout out Mike before.
Y'all two, these three quick takes. Breece Hall, Walker the third, and David Montgomery all being traded. Like, y'all quick takes on what y'all think about those three things.
Only one of
Traded.
those players was traded.
Well, traded the cut. I'm trying to rush through it, but traded the cut.
David Montgomery being traded gives him the opportunity to again be an RB1, being that the Houston Texans are likely to release Joe Mixon as well. But I feel like it was a beneficial move for him because I mean he still sees himself as a starter. And there was a lot of respect on both sides, so they did get equal compensation for the trade to trade of David Montgomery. Kenneth Walker walking into free agency. I just think that they wanted to focus their money elsewhere. I mean, I obviously I would think that they want to try to lock up some future extension with both Devin Witherspoon and Jackson Smith and Jigba. So both of those, a corner and a receiver, both contracts are going to cost you a bit. I mean, you still have Zach Charbonnet under contract, so I mean, I guess you can kind of walk out that window. And if Kenneth Walker is still there in free agency, you can still kind of try to attempt to offer him something. He might come back on the hometown discount. But Breece Hall, I really just think the Jets wanted to hold on to one of their best offensive weapons. It's not often that you see that a running back is tagged back to back years, especially now. But I mean, I think the Jets see that aside from running, he offers them another good safety net, pair of reliable hands, especially out of the backfield when they desperately need it because their O-line and quarterback play have been very subpar. Eddie?
We talked about this just to start with Dave Montgomery. We talked about this in one of our pods right after the season, or it might have been during the postseason actually, where the bill for Detroit is just at some point going to become too heavy. Like you're going to have to make business moves and move some of that talent because your cap is in a box where you can't afford to pay them. So Dave Montgomery was the first of those moves, and I do expect more in the near future. But for him to have the opportunity, like you said, to be a one in a competing team or on a competing team is a good look for him. Breece Hall, the Jets did what they were supposed to do. You can't let your, some would say, best offensive weapon walk out the door for nothing. So they did what they were supposed to do. Who's the other two we said? Kyler Murray was one of them?
No,
No,
but I like that you want to talk about him.
Walker,
Kenneth
Montgomery,
Walker.
and Breece.
Oh, so Kenneth Walker.
Quick three takes.
So Kenneth Walker, it's been said already. So we spoke about it. We knew that's where they were headed. They've came out and said they want to save that money and locate it or allocate it to other parts of the team. And I can understand that because, sorry to say, the running back position has become the position that is most dispensable as far as I can find something else easily. So as well as he performed this year and as vital as he was to their Super Bowl championship victory,
and he will have a big market due to his.
That's what I was about to say.
For running back, when we say big market, they not how much he reaping in. Is he going to be a top 3 paid running back in the league? Like Saquon had to fight for his bag.
He might be.
Nobody wanted to give it to him.
He might crack top 5 depending on the team that offers. If Houston was to try to really punch that needle still, and they wanted to,
not now. Not now. You think they'll go that with David Montgomery?
I don't see why not try to replicate that. That what did you say, Sonic and Knuckles or the Thunder and Lightning combo. And David Montgomery doesn't have the breakaway speed that Kenneth Walker has. So I mean, you can kind of do that, but I don't think it would. Like you said, plans change. I mean, we didn't think Kenneth Walker was going to hit free agency when we traded for you.
No, they knew that. I like Tennessee, man. I really like Tennessee for Kenneth Walker.
I mean, now that Breece got tagged, I see Tennessee as a big fit for him. I figured if Breece hit free agency, he was going to Tennessee to go back with something gave him a career year when he was in New York.
All right, so I'm gonna say this one thing: Breece Hall, let my brother go, please let him go. He deserves better than New York. But with that being said,
franchise tag is heavier than his market.
Yeah,
I understand. Look, as a businessman, I would have kept him
I'm
there.
making more money. I'm
Hey,
making more money on the
and tell
franchise
you,
tag.
as a businessman, I would keep him there. As a football fan, my heart said I want Bruce to go, man. Like Mr. Myers said, back-to-back franchise. I know he's getting the money. I know he's getting the money.
I'm getting the
He only
bag.
doesn't go to the New York Jets, though. But with that being said, we don't go to the to the NBA. Steph is out with a knee injury. He's not likely to return for I think another 10 days. The bigger question is this: with this happening, will the Warriors even make the playoffs? Because it's so tight in the West, and not only that, if he come back off a knee injury, how effective will he be when he come back? So the question is to you, Mr. KD, will the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, make the playoffs?
Uh, make the playoffs. They're in the AFC right now, 31-30. Um, they've been in the play-in, I believe, for the last 3 seasons. So I think they'll still fall into the play-in round. So therefore, the opportunity to make the playoffs is still available even when once he gets back. But as far as contending, we don't look at the Warriors as put together right now as a real
Hold on, I didn't
contender
say
in the
contender. I
West.
was just saying going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they'll. I don't know if they'll. I won't say they will make it, but I'll say they'll stay alive to be in that play-in, and then they'll have just as much or just as good of an opportunity as they've had the last 2 to 3 seasons. Because once you get in the play-in, therefore you have a route to the playoffs.
Let me ask
So
you this question. What they seeding right now? Where are they at right now?
eighth, eighth.
Eighth. So him missing more games, you don't think they can drop to the 11th, 10th, or may not even get to the play-in?
I think it's only been said he's gonna miss 5 games. So they're not good. Even if they lose all five, they will still be in that 7 to 10, 11 range where they can make something happen.
You got any thoughts about that, Mr. Murray?
I don't I don't necessarily seeing them losing that many games. Like he said, he's only expected to miss 5 games. I don't think they're gonna lose all 5 games and work themselves out of the play-in. I think they can at least split the time, maybe even go like 3-2, depending on the matchups that they do face. But when
Spoiler alert.
Steph comes back, they'll still have a chance. What'd you say,
Spoiler
Mr. KD?
alert. Spoiler alert. Steph been in and out the lineup all year. Golden State has been facing missing pieces all
And they
year.
practically 50-50, so
Yeah,
they
so
500.
yeah. Spoiler alert. Like he hasn't had the uh
Best bill of health this year.
yeah, exactly. So
I'm not saying you're right or not saying you're wrong. This is why he's on the injury report at all. Now, with that being said, somebody who just took their stuff off the injury report, Giannis, that is. As he come off the injury report, I think he had 19 and 12, something to that effect in his first game back. But they lost to Boston. How helpful will Giannis be for the Bucks push? As we just said when we were speaking about the Warriors, in and out, they still gonna get to the playoffs. How helpful will Giannis be in the East with the Bucks? It's on you, Mr. KD.
yeah, the Warriors, um, as I said, are the eighth seed with Steph and all the players being in and out. The Bucks are the 11th seed with Giannis being in and out, and the only player on that roster that really moves the needle. Um,
It'll sound like you making it if you don't miss any more time.
I don't know if they're making it if he stay healthy. I think they're at that point where he can't mask, and as great as a player he is, it's crazy for me to be saying this. And we still on the we only on the second topic. He can't mask the deficiencies of this team to the point that he can dig him out this hole like this, and that's what keeps him on the injury report because he lacks to do so much, and it's a strenuous task, man. They didn't build the right roster around him, and with being 26 and 34, 11th in the East right now, even if he stays healthy, I think their best is the ninth seed. So that would put them in the play in and everything. But Bucks is just a flawed team, and it starts in that head seat.
Yeah, you still coming at Doc Rivers?
I love Doc. He's a Hall of Famer. I just don't understand how he keeps getting all these opportunities and not doing
LOL.
anything with these opportunities. But man, this guy's like Mark Jackson, etc. That don't even get mentioned. I love Doc though. I promise.
Nah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm sorry. with a future Hall of Fame coach like Doc Rivers and a superstar and a global icon like Giannis, you don't think that they would be able to get far
A
with those?
global icon like
He had
Giannis.
he had Doc, the global icon, and another Hall of Famer and Dame Lillard last year.
Oh,
How'd that
damn,
work
got
out?
hurt last year, right?
And Giannis got hurt this year. What we talking about?
No, I'm saying, but he's back now. He's healthy. He's 100%. He's willing to give them the final push to take them over the top, right?
When were they? There was no point in this season where we had the Bucks as a top contender. Healthy Giannis or not, they got to build a better team around him. If they thought Miles Turner was going to come in there and push them past the Celtics or Knicks or Sixers or Pistons now, whoever it may be, if you thought Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma was going to do that, then we need to evaluate the front office.
All right. Speaking of front office moves, I'm gonna speak about these two in particular before we get to the end of this topic. Cole Anthony and Kyle Anderson both have been released from their teams. What playoff contender should be looking to pick these two veterans up? What's your thoughts about that, Mr. KD, before we get to the end of this topic?
Well, Kyle Anderson has already signed. He signed with the Wolves and return up. He's returning there. So that's nice and sweet. He falls into a good spot. Um, Cole Anthony, being a guard, I've been saying the Rockets need a guard all season, so the Rockets would naturally come up as a spot. But another spot I could throw out is Boston. I think he could fit well in that Anthony Simon role.
I was about to say after they traded him.
Yeah, that they lost, especially if Tatum is as close to coming back as all these narratives keep pushing. I think Cole Anthony could fall into a sweet spot right there. But I think the Rockets should be the first choice or the first ones trying to get him. What you got,
Mr.
bro?
Martin, before you go, I didn't know Kyle Anderson has been picked up already, but he's in a perfect spot. Like if I was to make a choice, that would be the choice. So that's perfect for him. But what's your thoughts about this, Mr.
He's
Amari?
been there before.
I was
Nah,
gonna say,
that's why I
yeah,
said that. I know, yeah, familiarity.
that's the reason why it's such a great pick. He was already he knows what he expected of when he's there. I say he's done it before. It's nothing new to him. I say he knows the talent. He knows how to play around and fit in with those pieces. So it was a great spot for him.
Before we go, Mr. KD, you got any injury or I guess release or trade rumors going on before we get to the next topic?
Tyus Jones got signed by Denver. It was a surprising pick. They say we were interested in Lonzo. I don't know what railed that off or railed that off the tracks, but we went and got Tyus Jones as another guard on the bench. And Lonzo is still sought after as of right now, so it'll be interesting to see where he lands.
All right. We're gonna switch to our next topic and more football with Mr. Amari. Our standouts in the combine. So these are the ones that stood above everybody else. It's on you, Mr. Amari, before we get to the next topic.
All right. So some of the camp standouts that I have, some names that most people have probably heard us say before, but I'll reiterate on a few. Arvell Reese, edge out of Ohio State, ran a 4.46 40-yard dash and a 158 10-yard split, really showing his quick twitch explosiveness and really showing the type of athleticism that he can bring off an edge into an NFL defense. Number two camp standout, also Ohio State grad, Sonny Styles, also running a 4.46, posting a 43.5-inch vertical, which is actually the best vertical jump all time by inside linebacker, and an 11.2 broad jump. Really showcasing his explosive defensive playmaking, and he showing that he can be a team's green dot signal calling middle linebacker in his rookie season. Defensive tackle Zane Durant ran a 4.75 and had a 166 10-yard split. He looked smooth throughout all of the combine drills. His pass rush upside is still a question mark, but he shows real explosiveness getting off of the ball. Uh, D tackle Caden McDonald he looked stiff in positional drills, and he struggled quite a bit with a little bit of slippage. But as so far, he looked pretty well. They're looking for a bigger upside on his pro day. Uh, Safety from Oregon, Dylan Thieneman, ran a 4.37. Showcased really sneaky athleticism. Everybody knew he was very athletic, but did not know that he possessed the speed that he showcased at the combine. Brother of Sonny Styles, Lorenzo Styles Jr., posted a 4.28 40-yard dash. Definitely great combine. Didn't expect these two explosive speeds from these brothers out of Ohio State. Look for them in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft. Defensive tackle Caleb Banks at 6'6", 305, I believe. He ran a 5.04 40-yard dash, posted a 32-inch vertical, and a 9.6 broad jump. Very explosive, very dominant when he is on the field. So I could see him still being a day one pick for some very defensive tackle needy teams. Jeremiah Love running a 4.36 40. I mean, he's already saw as a top prospect in this draft, but even more so, he solidified the breakaway speed that everybody's been kind of questioning, saying that maybe the competition just wasn't level up. But he definitely put it on showcase. I then Kenyon Sadiq, who ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, a 43.5-inch vert, 26 reps on the bench, and also a 133-inch broad jump. He blew the combine away, especially from his position, being all number one in almost every rank in each drill and each test so far. So he had a great combine. Quarterback Taylon Green, who set two all-time records for the quarterback position at the combine, running a 4.36 40-yard dash, a 43.5-inch vert, and having a 134-inch broad jump. He was actually listed as an undrafted prospect, but he has since rose to be a day 3 pick. So these are all my campus standouts.
Well, I guess we're on to the next topic. He covered the board for me. I don't know what else is left for me to say. I'll speak on who I want then at this point. Sonny Styles. I'm
You're
locking in
not
on
getting him
Sonny
in the
Styles.
draft.
He was not on my radar before this combine. After the combine, he is on my
Why?
radar heavy
But why?
because I wanted Peter Woods,
Did
Ruben
you
Bennett,
not
or
see
David
this
Bailey.
6'6", 250-pound demon playing in the middle of Ohio State's
Yeah,
defense,
that's
locking
Ohio
it
State.
down?
Yeah. I'm not saying he was bad. I'm just saying he wasn't who I wanted. But
You
now
needed him. You need a green dot signal caller. Why don't you want him? You
listen. I'm gonna just throw this out there. Be careful how hard you coming at my team because we got a topic coming up. All right,
I
it
could
will
care
be
less about
reciprocated.
those
It will be
grades.
reciprocated.
You
Okay,
already threw your shot. I'm just
it will
saying.
be reciprocated. But Sonny Styles is on my radar now in my top 5 of who I want. Sub
Not gonna
4.5 40.
get
I know.
over 6.
That's why it's called wishful thinking. But David Bailey did as expected. Like that's why I see it. David Bailey was he was a standout, but he didn't really gain too much because he was already seen as the elite talent or the uber talented guy at his position. But I think Arvell Reese kind of closed that gap between them two with his performance. And it'll be interesting to see as we get closer to the draft how this narrative swings. But Sonny Styles, that's my standout. Sonny Styles.
So we're gonna finish this topic, Mr. Amari. Well, basically, who's that guy? The rise and the fall. So the people that rose, meaning they went from maybe a 3rd round to a 1st round off the combine, and the people that failed, they went from a 1st rounder to a 3rd rounder due to their combine performance. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
What's my guy?
Like
What's that big old tackle? What's that tackle, Omar?
Stefano? Oh, you
6'9"?
talking about from Miami?
Yeah.
Guys, something Bell. I
Yeah, I
can't
wish I
think of
knew
his
his
first
name.
name.
I was trying to give him a shout out. My bad, bro.
I mean, he did run an actual way
Oh
better
my
40 than anybody
gosh.
thought he was. He actually, I think
What?
he ran like a 540.
Yeah,
It
it
was like a
at 6'9", 3.
6'9", 340.
What?
He posted actually very good scores compared to what anybody actually thought he was gonna run. But the he was certainly a riser in the draft. I mean, Sonny Styles. I mean, he might have rose up a few picks. He rose from mid first round draft pick to potentially being top five. But the main riser that I kind of want to point out is, like I stated earlier, quarterback out of Arkansas, Kalen Green. Um, Literally, his combine performance might have rose his stock from undrafted to, like I said, as of right now is a potential day three pick. But if he shows out even more so at his pro day, he could possibly X himself up into the second round. It's a possibility with I mean, he is another raw prospect, which I mean, with everything going on with Anthony Richardson, we see with the QB with a very limited amount of starts and who can also be seen as a raw prospect can do so or not do. But I think with this project, there's a little bit more to it. So he could definitely see himself creeping to the second round. So he was my biggest riser. Um, I think falling. I actually have Makai Lemon for his 40. He only posted a 4.53, so I think that'll actually kind of hurt his draft stock. I mean, as many people did see him as one of the top wide receiver prospects, I think a lot more people will kind of lean towards Jordan Tyson or Denzel Boston, even though his Makai Lemon's film does show that he can play and he is a very great route runner and he has tremendous hands at the catch point. But I think he can fall. He
I
has
gotta
the
ask you
most to
that.
lose from his spot.
I gotta ask you that.
What's up?
When we talking about skill positions,
Mhm.
how heavy do you think the combine really weighs versus the film, like what you've done, your
I
body of
personally,
work?
I feel like I feel like scheme fit and like you said, style of play go a lot more in hand to what the combine can do. I mean, the combine just kind of shows how athletic you are. When you get on the field, shows if you can play. So, I
Right.
mean,
So what?
you're
So
I
what?
would think your film weighs a lot more
Your body of work.
with the
Yeah.
skill, yeah, than what you would do at the combine. But even more so, it's like if I mean, in a lot of cases, that is how you find your like, especially like for a lot of players that aren't going to
Yeah.
top schools, the
Yeah.
combine is how they get put on the map.
Yeah.
So I can
It's
see
like you
why a
said.
lot of people
This
go
is where
there.
those. This is where those 6th and 7th rounders get picked in the 4th or 5th round. It's for
Yeah,
those
because
guys.
another faller that I have for the very same reason that I had Makai Lemon falling was Carnell Tate. Even though Carnell Tate wasn't seen
Mm,
as a blazer, Carnell Tate also posted a 4.5340, which kind of I know, even though he's still seen as a top five draft pick. I mean, again, his fit, his body of work, as far as his film, he has reliable hands. Every Everybody in the NFL as of right now, especially in the receiver side, in the receiver position, they want to utilize speed. I mean, as a 4.53, the NFL is just getting faster and faster. So as a 4.53 receiver, you need to be able to run that 4.53 all game. So if you're running a 4.53 at the start, what are you running in the fourth quarter at that point? So it's kind of a tricky situation, but I believe Carnell Tate is a great receiver. I think he will find a good scheme fit or a good team that'll fit his play style. So I don't think it'll necessarily matter as much, but I don't know. If you once most
oh,
times when you go into a top team, you're a bad team. So
I was gonna keep it to myself, but now it's gonna come out. This is why I'm not that big of a fan of the NFL Combine, i.e., why I'm not a big fan of the Winter Olympics. It's because
Welcome to the combine.
guys in the combine, like for instance, dang, I just gave him a shout out. Now I'm about to come at him. The old tackle that we said for Miami ran a four, I'm in a five, a low 40-yard dash, right?
mhm.
When are you ever asking your offensive tackle to run 40 yards as fast as you can? during a
Never,
football game. Like
never.
we
At
have to
best, you need
be,
20 yards.
yeah, we have to understand what these athletic gifts play into what we're actually asking them to do on the football field in a
Mr.
game
KD,
situation.
Mr. KD, we're gonna speak about that a little later. But Mr. Amari, you got anything else you want to speak about with the combine before we get to the next topic?
No.
But Mr. KD, I gotta ask you this question because you always call them the dirty Steelers, and the NFLPA kind of say they agree with you. They gave them boys a F from the home field to the locker rooms to their strength training. F's all around the board. What's your thoughts about this? This
Mine just
not me
had his
speaking. This the Players Association. It's on you, Mr. KD.
I think it's on you though.
No, it's on you. He asked you.
Like, you asked me about the Steelers. Why I
Yeah,
gotta go first? I want to hear
No,
him.
he wants you to.
I said
He
the
just
whole
want,
question though with the dirty Steelers, XYZ. Did you not hear me?
No, this is what I want. No, this is what I want to hear him first. This is never mind.
No. I said it
Uh,
over the dirty Steelers, everything. This was your time to shine.
I don't. I never called them dirty as far as they franchise. I call them dirty for what they did on the field. Um, yeah, I never called them dirty as in franchises or locker rooms, fields, nothing like that. They were dirty as in players, their play style, how they played. They played, it was a line you draw, and they played a little past that line. So that's just who they've grown to be. That's their franchise, that's their moniker. And hey, it's the Steelers' way, I guess, at this point. But as far as the grades they got as a franchise, I have no narrative or no opinion on that. But I sure am interested to hear Mr. Amari's take on this whole ordeal.
hey, I mean,
The floor is yours.
the what the original question was, because IT wanted to add a bunch of extra razzle dazzle because we got a Bengals fan going first. Um, the question asked, were we the worst ran organization? And I can definitely tell you that's a lie.
Oh, he asked that? I didn't even hear that part. That was the question?
That was the true question, and that was a lie. Um, but we not the most upkept. I mean, everything that I'm pretty sure we have. I mean, it's been there for a while. I mean, there's no updates to anything. The last true change that happened with our stadium or our facilities was the name. We switched from Heinz Field to Acrisure Stadium. That was the last thing that changed. So I can't necessarily say that, oh, this was a bad scoring. I mean, you went from the same field last year that I'm pretty sure we had like B's and C's for, to the same field this previous season. So I mean,
took a lot of injuries on that field.
yeah, so it's like I can understand the backlash that's being had, but I mean they're talking about changing the turf. So there's the steps are happening as we speak. So things will be better for next year's report card.
Hey, Mr. KD. First, I'm gonna say this. You said they were maybe third, fourth, whatever they was beforehand. Now they're the last. That just means everybody upgraded. That's first. But secondly, the question was, because I think I was misquoted, the Steelers combined to be the worst franchise organization in the league, as the NFLPA gives the Steelers an F for their locker rooms, script training, and home fields. So that's the true question. What you want to say about that, Mr. KD? Sorry for the preamble.
I still don't think they graded out worse. I think there was two teams that graded out worse than them. When you take all the grades and average them out,
But they still got an F. They still got an F. Like
they got a total F. They didn't get a total F.
No, they got an F.
No, they got an F for locker room, field, and something else. They got Fs. They didn't get a F. They got Fs for certain specific.
Okay,
grades.
I get your point. Okay.
Yeah, because then they at the end they average all of them and give the team a total average grade or median grade, and I don't think they didn't end out as an F. Then, shoot, we got an A minus in coaching, and y'all know how I feel about that. So we gotta. How much weight are we gonna put into this NFLPA grade?
I mean, for
Now
as
that
far as
field, I ain't gonna lie, Mark. That field has been spoken of for players
That's the same
on and
field.
on.
Hey, if
That
you
field
remember,
is
if you think
trash.
about it, really think about this. This is the same field that Bane destroyed in Batman.
Yeah, they say
It's the
y'all get
same.
too much. Y'all get too much traffic on that field. I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
till then that y'all share with Pitt
yeah. Well,
and something
I
else.
could have told you
Y'all
that we
share with
share
Pitt.
with Pitt.
I knew Pitt, but it's something else y'all share with. I can't remember what it was. Either high school tournaments, something.
As a high school, the high school state games.
Oh, it's something. Yeah, it's too much traffic on that field. Basically, is what people saying. But that's
Hey,
where I
Miss
think they
Kitty,
graded
Miss
F.
Kitty, Miss Kitty, just for information. The Steelers ranked 32 dead last in the NFL in the league NFLPA 2026 report card. This marked the first time in the survey 4-year history that the franchise is
It
at the
wasn't an
bottom.
F though, right? It was
Bro,
an
who
F.
let?
They
Whoa,
moved
whoa,
from 28.
whoa,
They
whoa, whoa,
moved from
whoa,
28 to 32.
whoa, whoa,
So
whoa, whoa, whoa,
that's
whoa,
just
whoa,
a
whoa,
fact.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Who told Ozzy he could use his phone?
Yeah, all the other times I try to get him to use it, he don't ever do it. So
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Who taught
he
him how to
pick and
use his
choose.
phone?
He pick and choose when
See?
to use it. But hey, he picked and choose at a good time. They the worst team in the league. They got the worst field. They got the worst locker room. They got the worst. They said our food nutrition is horrible. They said we got
I,
an F in food
they
nutrition.
we got a F in team travel. How do you get a F minus?
Dang, that ain't even possible.
F minus in
They wanted to give you
home
a
game
G.
field.
They was
They
trying to
And,
got
give
Mis-
you a
and
G.
Mr. Mari, that's why I said that this organizational. This ain't about like the players on the field. We ain't talking about do y'all got a good squad. We talking about organizationally. Are they
I see
setting
hey
why.
y'all up to
I see why
win?
Mike Tomlin had to go. Mike had to go. Mike
hey
had to walk away from this.
we got an A in two categories:
What's that?
head coach and special teams coordinator.
And he gone. Both of them gone.
Both of them gone.
Mm.
All right. With that
But
being
you gonna
said,
get a new feel out the deal, though. You gonna get a new feel out of it.
yeah, yeah,
We already got the new
they
coach
got,
and coordinators.
they got
I don't know if
embarrassed.
that's an upgrade. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if that's an upgrade. But you're gonna get a new feel though.
But with that being said, the top available quarterbacks next season. So we're gonna rank them. We got Mendoza, Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers, and Matt Jones.
Whoa,
It's
Do we
whoa,
put
whoa,
always
whoa, whoa,
do we
whoa, whoa,
put
whoa,
Derek
whoa,
Carr in
whoa.
there?
Whoa, whoa,
Do we
whoa.
put Derek Carr in there?
Let's edit this list. Take Mac
Um,
Jones out, put Derek
no,
Carr in.
no,
Mac Jones
no,
isn't
no,
available.
no.
Mac
He's
Jones
not.
isn't available.
No, he's tradable. You can go
San
get him.
Fran said that they're not trading him. So
Oh, really?
he's not available.
That's what
So
I'm talking about.
therefore,
Let's do
again,
it. That's what I'm
take
talking
him
about.
out. You can put
'Cause
a
that was my
Geno Smith
third
in
guy.
there.
That was my
You
third
can
guy. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Gino, you right.
Geno Smith. You got a Kirk Cousins. You got well, I mean, you technically got Anthony Richardson. You got a lot of other names. Mac Jones
Yeah,
is not
you're
one.
right. We gotta switch this up. You're right. Because Anthony,
So who do you
but
want to
at,
take out and throw in?
no, we ain't gotta take nobody really out. We still gotta just give you a top five. Like if they don't
Okay.
make the cut, they don't make the cut.
yeah, that
Okay. So if one is
But
sought
no,
as a
who you just
backup, did
said?
he
You
not make
said
the cut?
Geno Smith, Anthony Richardson. You said one more name.
Kirk
Who else you
Cousins.
said? Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Yep. Yeah, if they don't make the list, they don't make the list.
Mm, Kirko.
And I like this because this on the spot. I gotta throw my list away and go on the spot. You want me to go first? I'm
I
ready.
say go ahead. Go ahead.
Now my top two is still the same. I
I
got
say I feel
Malik
like
Willis.
I feel like the two gonna be the
Malik
same.
Willis is the best available quarterback to me. And then I'm
Over
going
the first
Mendoza.
overall pick.
Yeah. Then I'm going Mendoza. I'm going Malik Willis first because let me tell you something. If Malik can land in Minnesota, I think that will be ideal for all parties. Do I
Okay,
think it's
Randall
gonna
Cunningham
happen?
2.0.
No. But if that can happen, that'll be perfect. So I got my 1-2. Now I gotta do my adjustments. Mac Jones was my 3, but you saying he ain't going nowhere. So do I slide my 4 up or do I got another name to put in there? Nope, I'm gonna slide my 4 up. I'm gonna go A-Rod at 3.
He was at 4 originally.
Yeah, he was at 4. At 4, I'm gonna go Kyler. I'm gonna just keep sliding my list up, matter of fact. I'm gonna go 4 Kyler.
Is it crazy
And
that
then at
Kyler's
that
still
fifth
staying at
spot,
5?
at that fifth spot,
Is it crazy Kyler's still staying at 5?
no, not especially not for you. At 5, at 5, man, I'm going
Don't
Gino at 5, man.
don't you
That
know what?
one year,
You know
that
what?
one year,
Gino not making the list.
I can understand that. Like I said, I'm on the spot and I'm going right now. I'm putting Geno at 5 because I put Geno. I can't put Anthony Richardson over Geno. I want to put Kirk over him, but I'm not going to. And
Gotta
Derek
put
Carr
Kirk
need to stay
over.
retired. So
Yeah,
yeah, I got Malik, Mendoza, A Rod, Kyler, Geno as the 5 ranked for available quarterbacks via trade, free agent, however they go, draft.
okay,
However they go.
so give me literally virtually the same list, but I can't. I can actually say with the other names that I put out there, I can't have Kyler at 5. I mean, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to him. I mean, but yeah, it's like I got so
Oh, whoa,
I
whoa, whoa! Before you go, you moving Kyler up?
he only going to 4.
Big move, big jump, big
He
jump.
only going to 4. He not going to 3. He only going to 4.
Okay.
But no, I got Mendoza Willis. I got Mendoza and Willis. I feel like as a first overall pick, I mean, I feel like that comes with something. But I can't disagree with you on the Malik Willis landing in Minnesota because that would be something, especially with the way that he's able to create off scripted plays or unscripted plays. The way that he's able to create off of those is going to be something. But I got Mendoza, then Willis. I got Aaron Rodgers, Kyler, and then Kirk.
Oh, so we just disagree on 5.
Yeah, I say I'm sorry. You can't lead the
Yeah,
league
we
in
don't really,
interception. You
we
can't
don't
lead the
really
league in
disagree.
interceptions and then be number 5 on the top 5 list. I'm sorry. You can't be top 5 in nothing but
We
worst
don't really,
quarterbacks at that point.
we don't really disagree because I have no argument for Kirk being over Geno. But the real question that comes for both our rankings is
The landing spots, really.
no, not even that. I'm saying a name that's not on there. Anthony Richardson. Like, is he done? Like,
No,
we writing him off already?
I don't see Anthony Richardson as done, but sadly, I don't see him getting a starting quarterback job next year. If he wants to do anything, he has his best chance at going behind somebody and learning, which he should have done his first 2 years, and then stepping into it. He didn't have that many starts coming out of college or coming out of high school. So then going into the NFL and drafting him 4th overall, all because of upside, and
Right.
then never getting the return on investment there. He needed to learn in the first place, and they never gave him that chance. So I just think he's sought as a backup now going around the league. I mean, the same way that we viewed Joe Milton as a starter, and then he eventually got traded to be a backup. He's gonna be a backup. Where is he gonna be a backup is the thing because
Was Joe Milton a
I'm,
first round quarterback?
Joe Milton was a 6th-round quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. We can't compare. Like Anthony Richardson
We
was a
can't
first
compare,
round
but they have
quarterback.
the same. They have the same virtual upside.
No, we need you to do something. We need to see. Like,
What made Anthony Richardson a first rounder? Because he had 2,000
no,
yard
I'm not
rushing
saying
seasons.
I'm not saying if I justified him being a first round. I'm just saying he was drafted first round. We
I
can't
know.
compare no 6th round quarterback to a guy that was drafted first round. We don't have the same
Is
expectations.
is it crazy to say that this 6th-round guy showed me more in one game than the first-round
I
guy
don't
did?
care about none of that. We don't have the same expectations. You can fail. You can fail and nobody say nothing about you.
You
If I
are fan.
fail,
You're
somebody
most
loses their
famous.
job.
It's like he's. I mean, yeah, he didn't lose his job, but I mean,
That's how it
he
usually
was
goes. If
he
I
was on
fail,
the hot
somebody lose
seat.
their job somewhere
That's
down the
like
line.
he's Anthony Richardson as of this moment right now is most famous for subbing himself out of a football game that they eventually ended up losing.
And the crazy thing is, that's actually, in my judgment, working to his favor. Excuse me. The fact that we haven't seen him completely healthy yet is working in his favor, which sounds crazy, but
Is that really working in his favor when all the
to me,
injuries are because
to
that
me,
you're running the ball on
to
plays
me.
that you don't have
But
to?
then that still leaves the door open for, well, what if he stays healthy? Like, if you have a little door open for what if,
You
that
had one of
still
the
gives you.
best. You had one of the best offensive lines, and you ran and made yourself get hurt.
I'm telling you, when he gets released, traded, whatever it is from Indianapolis, and falls
I
into
believe
that next opportunity,
he'll get traded more than anything because
it's
you
something.
don't want to eat that dead cap that a 4th
It's a,
overall quarterback
it's a
gonna give you.
realization. It's a realization that I have to take this opportunity more serious or a different way than I did the previous one. I'm not done with AR. As far as Indianapolis, I'm done with that. But his next opportunity, I'm paying attention to because if he could fall into the right situation, I think Anthony Richardson will get another opportunity to capture that franchise starting spot. But
Yeah.
like I said
Right.
earlier, Minnesota is going to keep coming up. Like if any of these guys could fall into Minnesota, man, that's going to extend your career right there.
Think I and this is gonna sound real crazy when I say it. I think the best landing spot for Anthony Richardson is sit behind somebody, the Rams or the Bills.
Hey, Mr.
Maybe
Mark.
not the Bills because you'll never get a chance to start. But the
It was
Rams,
never
I'm with you.
the
I'm
never
with
the
you on the
never
Rams.
the so with the thing with Anthony Richardson sitting behind Josh Allen on the Bills, it's the body of work. I get to see a QB operate the same way I do and play the game safely or
But you
quote
can't get on the
unquote
field.
safely.
But you can't get on the field. So
Hey, you got
you never increase your value.
you
Like
got
the
preseason and
Rams,
in week 18, and then you'll hit that market.
I like your Rams pick though, because therefore he would be part of a succession plan. So I
Yeah,
like that Rams pick for sure. But can he
Because
play the Sean McVay way of football? Like
that,
that's for Matt Stafford and Sean McVay to teach him in that year.
that's what I'm about to ask both of y'all. Where can he actually go to learn to be a quarterback? I think that's what he really lacking. Due to his lack of starts and his lack of experience, he just don't know how to be an NFL quarterback right now. He got all the
you can
tools.
go with
He
you can
just
go with
not.
Kevin O'Connell. Like
I'm about to
that's
say
what I'm
you
saying.
can. I mean,
Minnesota is a
that's
great
always
spot. You go with
Yeah,
that's
Kevin
always a
O'Connell.
route. I
yeah.
mean, and this is going to also sound kind of far fetched. They can go the route of we can take both of them. Bring Kirk Cousins back for
Right,
whatever the case may be,
right.
and then you can bring in him, Anthony Richardson, and you can still have JJ McCarthy, and your plan is to really keep JJ McCarthy or whoever. You can make that distinction
At
between
that
the two
point,
of
it's
them.
about who gonna beat who out. Like now, it's an
Yeah,
even
it's
competition.
now it's even
Who's gonna win the
both of them are
job?
20, QBs. I believe Anthony Richardson is 23. I believe JJ McCarthy at that point will be 23. So you have
I
two
thought of
young
another one.
quarterbacks.
I thought of another one while we was talking though. While we was talking, because I took what you said as far as being a backup for a period of time, or at least not being the established starter. And then we talked about offensive mind when I said Kevin O'Connell, and I thought about Stefanski. I could see him in Atlanta pushing Penix as far as
That would actually be even more beneficial, but I feel like the fact that you would have to like at that point it's an open competition. It's an open QB competition.
I think Penix he'll still get the lead. Like he was our pick, so he will get that advantage.
He
But it's
was
really
not
on
Stefanski's pick, and
not
you know
Stefanski, but he
their owner
was.
just got fired also. Well, no,
No,
not
I'm
the
about to
owner,
say,
but their
hold on. You
GM.
don't find the
Not Arthur
owners.
Blank.
You don't find the owners.
Arthur Blank ain't get fired. Arthur Blank, that's a check.
Last
He ain't get
owner to
fired.
get fired was Sterling. You don't
Yeah,
find
I'm
the
about to
owners.
say he called him Arthur Blank because Arthur Blank check. He can write whatever numbers he put
Exactly.
down. But no, they GM just got fired as well. So again, Penix
Right,
was not
right.
our guy. So they don't owe Penix any
He was
type of
somebody guy.
loyalty to it. Yeah, he was somebody's guy.
Now, I
So
think Martin's saying actually going to learn the system. So if him and JJ McCarthy is actually battling, they actually now
Hold on,
he
we're
got
talking
they
about
somebody
two
to be
different teams. We're talking
quarterback.
about two different
no,
teams.
but IT
No,
is
I was
getting the
saying when he
vision.
was talking about Minnesota.
If they go to
No, that's
Minnesota and
Atlanta.
they
You said, I
no
mean, no,
no but
Minnesota's JJ.
no, but I'm
Right.
saying like he's getting the vision where like I was saying you can bring in both of them. You could bring in Anthony Richardson because I'm pretty sure he's not going to cost much. And then even I mean with Kirk, I mean I'm not necessarily saying that he's going to come at a cheap contract either because you know Kirk's agent, you know what he's doing. But you can bring in Kirk. Kirk knows your system.
All due respect to JJ, and I'm gonna say this. I can't bring in two guys to compete with you right now. I could because at the
I
same
don't think it's a
time, you
competition with
are my
Kirk.
first round draft pick. I can bring in one guy to push you. If I bring in two guys, I don't know why you're here at this
I
point
don't.
because we going into the third year where I got to decide if I'm gonna pay
He was
you or
hurt.
not.
I'll say he was hurt. I would say it was rookie
Yeah,
season that
but
he
that
was
don't
hurt.
count.
But
It still counts as
so that don't.
contract. That's a
I
contract
mean,
year.
yeah.
I got to decide this year is make or break. Am I going to pay you or not? I can't bring two more guys into the room to
I mean, they
complicate
could.
that situation.
I, I can't necessarily say that they could do the same thing Green Bay did with Jordan Love. Whereas he didn't play much his rookie season, but he got sporadic play the next 2 or so seasons, and then he really got the chance to play like I think 6 or so games
fully
his
believe
fourth
you
year.
have to give JJ the seat this year, and it's his seat to lose. As far as we're going to give you everything you need. We're going to give you ample opportunity. Go prove to us that who you're our franchise guy. If you can't do that, then we got one guy behind you that's here to kind of save the season. But as far as AR, I think AR is still a
I
project.
got
So I
well
can't bring a
in that
project in.
case. To your point, like I said, if I was Minnesota, I would bring Kirk in to push JJ, and I would send and AR. Like I said, I feel like his best landing spot would be in the Rams.
I ain't
If
saying
you
that tomorrow. I said if I was Minnesota, I'll bring Malik in to close the door on JJ. We, we close. If I can get Malik in here, JJ gone. It ain't no competition or nothing. We can see what we can move him. JJ might end up being a starting quarterback for the New York Jets. If I can get Malik in here, I don't got to worry about JJ no more.
Kyler's gonna be the starting quarterback for the Jets, I can see it.
I think, and man, and that's what I'm saying. We're gonna keep saying the same team. I think Kyler gonna be the starting quarterback for the Vikings.
I can see that too. I just don't think that they put
Uh,
their faith in a QB that can't see over his offensive line.
all right.
Kevin
So,
O'Connell, no, put your faith in Kevin O'Connell.
all right. With that being said, we'll get to our next topic. So, in other news with Mr. KD. So, our top contenders, we talked about it last week, and I asked you, I said, Mr. KD, when we speak about the contenders in the West, are we talking about OKC and the Nuggets? So, they head. And with that being said, OKC prevailed. And it seems like Denver is on a downslide a little bit lately. My bigger question to you is, how much are y'all really missing y'all X factor in Aaron Gordon? Because that seems like when y'all have him, everything would turn around. But what's your thoughts about that? It's on you, Mr. KD.
A good
What you
3-and-D
proposing
player that
that
can space
question?
the floor
What
is
you proposing that
valuable.
question? You're downplaying what I've said previously on this podcast to you guys and our listeners, and
He's
even
needed.
prior. He is the second most important player on our team. I said that maybe it didn't reach volumes because we were still winning or whatever, but Aaron Gordon is the second most important player on our team. Some people might want to say Jamal Murray. I promise you, and I'm not diminishing Jamal Murray, but I'm just saying what we rely or lean on Aaron Gordon for, as far as our success, being defensive, as far as guarding this best player, being our rebounder, being our dunk guy in the dunker position. Like really, people look at it as, and I ain't gonna try to go too deep into it, but everybody looks at it as in the clutch, it's a Jamal Murray and Jokic two-man game. But it's not. The space created from that so-called two-man game is because we
Spacing the
have
floor.
Aaron Gordon as that drop-off option.
You
Or if he
gotta
gotta
worry about
shoot,
him behind the
that
three
corner
or
option. Either one.
Mhm.
Either he's a corner or the dunk-off option. So that third option is what creates the space for Jamal Murray and Jokic. And that's been proven through our years as far as how we produce in the clutch. But
And as of right now, you don't have that. You don't have
I
that
don't have it.
trusted option right now.
I don't have it. And even though we had a semi cog piece for that as far as Peyton Watson, but we lost him
He's just
too.
learning. I said he
We
learning and he
lost him
gonna
too.
work.
He's injured. So Aaron Gordon's backup option, we lost him too. So therefore, injuries is just killing us right now. And that leads me to the point I really want to make as far as contenders in the West. I don't look no less than as far as what Denver can do in the playoffs. I just focus on how
Getting there.
healthy are we? Yeah, just how healthy are we? Do we have a full 100% Aaron Gordon? And that's still a question for me. Even when he come back, will he be 100%? But do we have 100% Aaron Gordon? Do we have 100% Peyton Watson? Do we have 100% Cam Johnson? Do we have 100% Jokic? Like, and not even
And I feel
100%
like
because I
and
understand
that
nobody's 100%.
and the Cam Johnson one actually matters a lot because I mean even more so just having that him off the wing, that shooting ability is definitely viable as well.
I'll stand out and say, like, when Cam Johnson from MPJ trade happened, I was a
You
big
were
fan
mad.
of that. No, I was a huge fan of it. I promise you. Because Cam Johnson to me brought a better defensive ability and stability to our team. to up until this point, he's still been as well as I expected or over the defensive capability, but his offense hasn't been what I expected. As far as I thought he would be that knockdown shooter where you just hit him in the corner and that was good, or you
Nah,
hit him here and that was good. And even in those overlap minutes, he can go get a bucket as the number one offensive option. But that hasn't come to fruition. But I believe it's because he hasn't been healthy. So I really feel health is the biggest obstacle in the way of us this year. But if we can wrap this thing up and get healthy going into the playoffs, I think we can peak. I still don't see there's no team in the West that we cannot beat in a 7-game series if we're healthy.
And
And
and Mr. KD, here comes the Spurs. So our next question and your topic is the Spurs has been undefeated the whole month of February. Now they stepped to March and they went into the Garden and they lost. But how serious of a contender are you really looking at? They got a 7'5" giant over there. All this. What's your thoughts about that? Is you thinking just half, or do you got to stand in front of the Spurs and the OKC? What's your thoughts about this?
I said it last week. If it wasn't last week, it was the week before when you was trying to limit the Western contenders to just OKC and Denver. I said no. You need to speak of the Spurs and the Rockets. Because the Spurs are a well-built team. I know we don't want to say it because Wemby gets all the highlights, but when you talk about Harrison
Cassell and
Barnes,
Castle,
when you
them
talk about
boys,
Castle, when you talk about Harper, when you talk about D Fox, they are a well-built team
they got some defensive guards, and I like
that are
it.
shout out to Mitch Johnson, well coached. They play the scheme, and the crazy thing is they don't even rely on Wemby to go crazy. Like everything he gets is fruition. It's from system. It's from
They
it doesn't
on the
but
defensive end, they funnel everybody into Wemby. That's how like he gets those standout blocks that we always see. But that's because they just throwing the shot up because they can't get to the rim.
that's a good team. And the only hesitancy I have for that team is they don't have the experience that means everything when you get to the playoffs.
I
So
feel like
that's
this
why
it's the
I would
same way
still
with
put them
the
third.
amount of shooters that they have though. They don't have any true shooters off the wing either.
They
I
don't
mean,
have
they
the
have people
shooters,
that can knock down shoot shots, but they don't have shooters.
but they have the guard versatility that can throw you off. As far as uh Dylan Harper can go get one. Castle can go get one. D Fox can go get one. Like they
Vassell can
have
go
the
get one.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the guards that can stretch you out, or not even stretch you out, but more so strain you out as far as one-on-one defensive ability. If you can't guard me one-on-one, I'm going to open it up, and therefore you have to help from other places. And not only, and like I said, I just named all guards. We're not talking about the best player on their team as far as Wemby. So the Spurs are the third top contender to me. I think it's OKC if we are talking all health, and that's another point I want to harp on with San Antonio. They are extremely healthy right now. Like
San Antonio
to get
doesn't seem to be outside of Wemby's past 2 years, where I mean, of course, he's dealt with the blood clots and
yeah
things of such. It's like they haven't been unhealthy this whole season,
yeah
really.
they're
They've been
supremely
healthy
healthy,
all year.
and that was when they got D Fox back. They was health trail all the way, so that can work to their advantage, of course, when you get into the playoffs. But I got them as the third biggest threat in the West. I still will slide us Denver over them right now because of the experience and the fact that we have Jokic as the best player in the league if we are totally healthy. But I'm not sleeping on San Antonio at all. I'm just hesitant for the experience part.
I think experience over youthness. I don't know what I want to call it, but long story short, Aiden versus Capella. What's your thoughts? So Capella basically told him he got the best two floor generals. You just need to lock in and be the best you can be. I'm gonna ask you this question first, Mr. KD. Who would you take in a prime, Aiden or Capella? And then you can speak about what your thoughts about this whole thing.
DeAndre Ayton had a prom. Like
Ooh, ooh, I gotta go off mic.
I personally think he ain't get there yet. I think if you think about his max potential, I don't think he's touched it yet.
And if you keep this attitude, he never will touch it. It's on you, Mr. KD.
I feel like KD agree with that statement though.
I'm not gonna say I agree with you when you say he hasn't reached his max potential. We're on the board of that. But that's not how you judge a person's prime. A person's prime is just the best part of their career. He might never reach that max potential because it's just potential. Like potential isn't guaranteed. So, but to the question, it depends on the situation. And that's why I think Capella was attacking is both of these guys are dependent on their situation. As far as if Capella was in a situation where he had the two top uh play, or what was the word he used? The two
Two
best
top floor generals.
floor generals, he would capitalize on that moment way better than DeAndre Ayton would. But at the same time, DeAndre Ayton is more of a talented player offensively than Capella. So therefore,
Yeah,
the
because I
whole
can say DeAndre Ayton
whole
can
thing
get
was
his own.
comical.
He has the ability to get his own
He
bucket,
can. He
whereas
can.
Clint Capella, I can say Clint Capella is like I can get putbacks. I can get
I can get
the simple
lobs,
back to the basket
the
lob or
lobs. Yeah. But the thing is, I capitalize on my opportunities. So therefore, a lot of teams will say I'd rather have a Capella than an Ayton if
And
you
that's why
have the
I asked
right
you, Mr.
guard
KD, who
structure.
you rather have? Who you rather have?
It depends
Which
on the
one?
situation. If I have the right
You the
guard
GM.
structure, well,
You the
what
GM of the
GM of what
Lakers.
team? The
The Lakers.
Lakers?
The
Oh,
Lakers.
Capella. If I'm the GM of the Lakers, I want Capella. Yeah. Um, but it's the same thing. If I switch the roles, do I want Ayton and Capella spot? As I said, Ayton had his opportunities when he was with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. That was your opportunities to be the offensive talent that you are and be the Capella sort of big that could finish at the rim, rebound,
you mean Ayton?
some defensive. I said, which
You
one?
said
No, I'm
Capella.
saying, no, I'm saying
Oh,
the Capella perspective as far as
oh,
what we lean on Capella for. Aiden could be both. That's the real thing I'm trying to get at. Like
Ayton
Aiden could
can
be
be an
that
he
offensive
can
threat
he,
and the Capella type of player as
and
well.
even then it's like if DeAndre Ayton really wanted to, I feel like he could be the elite rim protector that people want him to
Right.
be.
That's why I'm trying to
But
say the
it's
Capella aspect. Yeah, right, right.
yeah. He could
And
He
he
that's
could
could
what
be that
definitely
lob
be that if he
finisher.
wanted to.
Yeah, Capella is that lob finisher, defensive threat, pick and roll finisher. Aiden can be that. And not only that, he can also be that drop it off to him and he go get one. But
You know,
he only
all
sees
right.
one side of that coin.
It's like so DeAndre Ayton kind of give me like AD. He's like
No,
Anthony
no, no,
Davis,
no. Whoa,
but
whoa, whoa,
it's
whoa,
only the
whoa,
offensive
whoa.
side.
Amar, whoa,
It's only
Amar,
the
Amar.
wannabe
No,
offensive side.
no, no, no. Okay, never mind. You said wannabe.
let
No,
that man
Wannabe
speak. Let
offensive
that man
side.
speak.
you said
It's like
wannabe.
because he ain't got that defensive side. I'm sorry.
He don't got the
D,
offensive side either.
he don't got the offensive bag.
Not
He don't got the
AD. Not
offensive
AD.
bag. No, no,
Not
not
AD.
AD. I'm talking about DeAndre Ayton. He don't have the
No, I'm talking about
bag.
you compare him to AD. That's the only reason I'm calling you. We gotta. That's disrespect. Matter of fact, no, that's disrespectful to AD.
I mean, it is disrespectful to AD to try to put them in the same question. I'm just saying that these are the shoes that he tried to fill.
I know I get injured a lot, but come on now, my bag is
No,
way different.
no, Mr. KD, I
And
think what he's saying is he has the
DeAndre
ability to
Ayton
do
trying to fill the
He
shoes
don't.
that AD
to be
had,
an
and he don't have
offensive
the
He
force.
does.
ability to do it.
Right, I'm with you. When you said
That's
Right.
why they
wannabe,
got
I'm
two
with you.
people
You
to
said
do
wannabe,
one
yeah.
person's job. They literally went and got two people to do one person's job. They're sad to say they're both wannabes of the one person that they can't be because he was never on the court to be there.
Aiton is a good big. He's not a great
Good,
big. Nothing
decent.
about him screams. No, he's
Is
good. I'm
he
saying at
good?
his peak. I'm saying at his
I would
peak.
I would
What
take
he
I
can
would
be.
take
He can be
Aaron
a
Gordon
very
at
good
center
big.
over DeAndre Ayton.
No, but what I'm trying to say is he is at his peak a very good big, especially in the game we play right now. He's a very good big at his peak. Has he reached that yet? No. But he can be a very good big. That's why so many people had high hopes for him landing with the
But
Lakers.
Mr. KD,
Because
I think the tweet was he said, "Oh, I don't know if it was a tweet or a comment, and he
Said they're
said
trying to make me Capella. Yeah.
they're trying to make me Capella. And my thought was, what you saying is, yes, be Capella plus. You can
Right.
be Capella,
Right.
pick and roll, block,
Right.
run.
Right. You
As
should
much
be
of an
Capella.
insult,
You
And
should be
his, and
Capella
this
on a
the other
bad
point.
night.
And
as
this
much
is
of
the
an
other point.
insult.
No,
Even
he
though you're
can't be
not
Anthony
Anthony
Davis.
Davis
No.
level,
He can't be
not
Anthony
Anthony
Davis.
Davis level. I mean
No,
that you can
can't
be a
Anthony
four
Davis.
that can pit it on the floor, hit a couple floaters, shoot a
His thing
three.
is he's a 5 that wants to be a 4 when he needs to play like a big. You're a
My
big.
thing is, what we take from your whole comment was, and what I took from your whole comment was, yes, that is who we expect. On your bad nights, we expect Capella. That's like every night we should expect Capella. That drop off guy, the rebounder, the defensive presence. That's what we want every night on your bad nights. But there
I can
should be
get
some
12
nights.
and 10. 12
There
and 10
should be
every
some
night.
nights. There should be some nights where you are shining on that offensive end. I don't have a name to compare him to, but there should be
PJ
some nights.
Washington.
Even now, because he can't shoot like that. But there should be some nights where offensively you just stand out. Like give me some 24, 25 point performances. Or give me some of those. Because some nights you should be that. But at the bare minimum, when you can't hit nothing, I need you to be Clint Capella. So he was throwing that out there as a shot at Capella, but I'm throwing that out there as a shot at you underachieving right now.
You saying that's advice. So with that being said, we're going to get to our next topic. JJ Redick, should he be on the hot seat? That's A. B, Mike Brown. If the Knicks don't get to the finals, will he be a one and done coach? It's on you, Mr. KD.
First off, getting to the finals, we got to you can't throw that out there as if that's just.
They fired their last coach.
That doesn't mean that you don't get to start where your last coach left off. It's a brand new season.
Get me better than what I. So what you
in
here
your
for?
first year? In your first year?
So why are you here? If
So
you
now you
can't
should be
take me
fired.
past
So
my
now you should be
last coach,
fired. So
that's what
fire
I got you here for. To take
So
me to
fire
the
you.
next step.
So fire you. If you don't get there, fire you.
In New
That's
York,
not how it works.
I'm
That's not
talking
how it
in New York.
works.
If he was in
Anywhere.
Idaho,
In sports, that's not how it works, man. New York been losing for a long time. Come on now. They haven't been to come on now. We're not just going. No. First off, to keep it simple, Mike Brown should not be on no type of fire or hot seat as far as if he don't make the finals. Now, as far as if we limit it to what the Knicks have been so far in this season, I can understand why he's on the hot seat because some people will say the Knicks have taken a step back because they're not adapting to his style and his scheme and blah, 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 blah. But to set it at finals or fire, that's extreme and that's crazy because only 2 teams make it to the finals. Not even 2 conference teams. No, 2 teams out of 30 make it to the finals. That's just too extreme to justify that on if we let the coach go or not. But should his seat have some fire under it right now? I do agree with that. It should have some fire under it because the scheme and the adaptability of the roster right now has not played out to what I believe they would expect so far. Because they thought this would be capitalizing on what Thibodeau have done. But as of right now, they have not looked as fluid as they
Mr.
did
Kelly,
last
that's my
year.
point. Capitalize on what Thibodeau
No,
have
but
done.
you said
That
finals. You said finals of fire.
means,
That's
Mr.
too extreme.
KD, my question is, where did Thibodeau get them to?
Thibodeau had multiple years. We can't just
But
go
how
for the
far
1
did
year.
Thibodeau get
We
them?
can't do that. That's unfair. Thibodeau had multiple years. We can't
And he got them
judge
how far?
Thibodeau on his peak and then only judge this dude off of 1 season. That's not fair.
That's New York, baby.
No, it's not, because Thibodeau had multiple years. Mike Woodson, multiple years. Like, that's not New York. Like, their expectations are there, but they have to also have a reality of it's only 2 teams that make the NBA Finals. Do I
So
expect them to be better than, like, where they are right now? I expect them to be better. Did I expect? Yes, his seat should be hot. It should be some heat under his seat. But what the question
So,
was
what
is,
is a
should he be
fireball offense?
fired? No,
What
but
is
the
a
question
fireball
was
offense?
fireable first year offense. I don't think he'll reach that.
Okay. And the
I
second
don't think
part
he'll
is
reach that.
JJ Redick.
When I'm on the same narrative, JJ Redick, the Lakers are what? Well, they're 36-24. What are we talking about here? Like the Lakers are still in position to do something with a flawed roster. Let's be transparent here. The Lakers have LeBron, Luca. Then what? We just had a whole argument about AR. Then what? We just had a whole argument about DeAndre Ayton.
But
I don't care
that's
what your
also
argument
coaching.
is.
That's
I
coaching
don't care
also.
what. No,
That's
I don't care
coaching.
what your argument is. DeAndre Ayton is still the fourth best player on their roster. Now, is that a coaching problem or a roster building problem?
As the coach, you know who goes first.
No, we got to be real here. The coach has so much room. Like DeAndre Ayton is being paid at a level that I can't put him on the bench. And not even just that. If I do put him on the bench, who am I starting? I don't have no other options. My hands are strapped here. So I have to make the best of what I am allowed to make the best with. A lot of people are saying LeBron is 1 foot out the door. Luka, in and out of injury lineup. AR, in and out of injury lineup. LeBron was injured to start the season. And at this point, we're still, 36-24. Let the season play out before we put all this pressure on JJ Redick. He had a good first season last year as a rookie head coach. The second season hasn't been such of a letdown that we have to put narratives on it. So neither one of these guys, I can understand some heat under Mike Brown's seat. JJ Redick, I can understand some heat under his seat. But as far as us getting to the point of letting them go, I think we are nowhere near that. That cannot even be fathomed until we get into next season. But at the same time, I understand we're talking about two markets, as in the Knicks and the Lakers. It's two markets where the patience is thin because the expectation is greatness. The expectation is winning championships, playoff contention, playoff success. I get it. But both of these coaches we're talking about right now, Mike Brown is a top-notch coach to me personally. JJ Redick has shown tremendously in these early stages of a head coach. We see the little rifts and everything with him and Luca. I'm not paying too much attention to that. That happens. Like whether they get caught on camera or not is a whole different narrative, but that happens throughout a season. I believe the Lakers are in a good position as far as best they can be with the roster they have in hand. DeAndre Ayton has to take more of a helm as far as capitalizing on his opportunities and his position for this roster. So, is that on JJ Redick? That's your opinion. I believe JJ Redick is making the best with the roster he has day to day.
But what do you think is justified in that? Do you really think that he's on the hot seat, that he could be fired if the Lakers don't reach a certain plateau this year?
And that's what I disagree with you on the next part. What is that plateau? That's the part I'm trying to get to. Because you said if the Knicks don't make the finals, I said that's too extreme.
If the Knicks don't make the finals,
that's too extreme.
Maybe Eastern Conference Finals, maybe. But if the Knicks don't make the finals, yeah, he may be fired. Because look at everything.
How long it took Thibodeau to make the Eastern Conference Finals?
But it seemed like they gave more effort with Thibodeau.
I ain't gonna say effort. I just think the scheme fit better. But that's what we fired him for. You said he played him too hard.
Exactly.
So what are we talking about?
And now you made another mistake. If you got any more NBA news, it's on you, Mr. KD, before we get to the next topic.
Pay attention to the Spurs. I'll leave it at that. Pay attention to the Spurs. That team is very well put together. Pay attention to the Spurs. Out east, the Knicks are not. The door hasn't closed for on the Knicks on the east. So yeah, but pay attention to the Spurs. 3 games back from OKC. They climbing the ladder.
All right. So we're gonna get to our elimination chambers results. CM Punk and his wife both retain or attain gold as they do this in the elimination chamber in Chicago. The masked wrestler was revealed. And what's your thoughts about the chamber results on the males and the female side? I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari.
I mean, it was a good thing that the Chicago Sweethearts actually got the chance to retain and also
Oh,
snatch
did you
away some
make that
gold.
name?
What, the
You made
Chicago
that name?
Sweethearts?
Yeah.
That's what they announced. That's actually what they announced them as when they was coming into the
Oh.
arena. But
Oh wow.
yeah, so they said that when they was coming into the arena, the Chicago Sweethearts. But they ended up, like I said, capturing gold and walking away with it. I mean, even better in their hometown. But to capitalize on, well, first I'm gonna talk about the chambers. One, Katie was right. Actually, uh, I didn't want to make the pick. Should have made the pick. I would have been right for once. Uh, with this wrestling thing, I would have been right. But the elimination chamber was great. Would have never guessed that um, Drew McIntyre would have made his appearance, but then again, I feel like this is in fear of Cody getting his last shot. But then again, now you gave him a shot anyway. You gave him a shot anyway. So Cody and Drew McIntyre actually will be facing off Friday for the title, but even more so, Randy's got his chance to break that record. So shout out to Randy for that. Um, but then at the end of the elimination chamber, which unveiled the masked man, which as we all know as Seth freaking Rollins, and that created one of the greatest crowd pops that I've actually heard in a while. So I can see what that will bring you back for. Katie, you got anything to talk about that?
Yeah, the chamber was, the chamber has fallen into the gap of being extremely important to WrestleMania. So, of course, the highlight of the night, RKO, Legend Killer, Randy Orton, one of the slept on goats, is headed back to WrestleMania to possibly main event and compete for the World Heavyweight Championship. Um, like I said previously, I don't I'm not certain that it will be just Randy Orton versus the champion, whether that be Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes. I believe it will be either a triple threat or greater match. But Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber and solidifying his spot is enough of a feat to celebrate. Um, CM Punk retaining with Finn Balor, like you mentioned. AJ Lee getting the title from
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. Sorry, the man. Becky Lynch, the women's Intercontinental Championship, and then on Raw she issued a open challenge thing. So I want to see how that draws out. But that is a monumental moment as far as at least in their household. But building towards WrestleMania, if we stay focused, Randy Orton has booked his ticket. Seth Rollins has opened a storyline for where he will be as WrestleMania if he gets cleared. And he didn't make his presence known at Elimination Chamber or make a appearance, but the OTC has also solidified his spot against CM Punk for the WrestleMania, and I'm paying attention to that as well. So the biggest winners are Randy Orton and Roman Reigns, even though he didn't make near appearance.
And I didn't speak on the women's elimination chamber winner, which I feel like we
Rhea.
both kind of had
Yeah,
said.
we
We
both
both
said it
kind of
was Rhea,
had
yeah.
said it was Rhea Ripley.
And that's
She dominated.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a great match too. You're right. We should put some light on that. Yeah, Rhea versus Jade. I expect to be a great WrestleMania match.
And this is turned from just to the script to personal, almost.
Yeah, they got some background. This possibly could be match of the night. Crazy to say, but the potential is there. Do I think they'll reach the potential? We talk about that at a later date. But the potential is there.
I just wanted y'all to speak about the match in particular. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. You had Jay Uso winning. Obviously, he got injured.
Didn't stand a chance.
My boy Logan Paul, not my boy, sorry.
Logan Paul got
was putting
jumped.
him to waste. He was
Yeah,
No,
putting
he
no.
him
was
away.
he
He got
put
the
him out,
tap
but he got
before. I
jumped.
think it was Friday Night SmackDown. He got the tap right before the pay per view. But in particular, Elimination Chamber itself, like the whole match, because I think Logan Paul like eliminated like 3 people. But just speak about what you thought about that match in particular.
Randy showed that Viper side in him again, didn't he?
Yeah, I say Randy definitely. I can't really speak much on Logan Paul. I mean, obviously he did eliminate a couple of contestants, but I can't necessarily say that he how he blew them away or he just completely dominated the opponent. I feel like he just came in and he was an opportunist. He snuck away with each one. I mean, obviously he did put out one person of his own volition, but like he snuck away and he strategically put out each one that he felt like caused a better chance of him getting eliminated. But
The
even
Seth
more
Rollins
so,
showed up.
what yeah, it was kind of over with that. But even more so, like KD had touched on already, Randy reverted to something more apex than what I've seen in previous. And he
Boy,
was ready. Like he was
he ain't
ready.
hesitate. He ain't
He
hesitate.
didn't hesitate with a single move. I mean, even with the little bit of what I would call it distraction with Drew McIntyre coming in and him and Cody having their thing, he still didn't sway away from the fact that Cody's the one that I have to
RKO.
pin.
RKO.
He said Cody's the one that I have to pin. So once Cody finished, RKO, get him out, and I win. He knew what the goal was. He kept the main thing, the main thing.
Come
And
here.
Randy showed that
Oh
the Viper can strike at any given moment. And at the end of the day, whoever you think you are, I am. And I am the apex predator.
man, I want Randy to win so bad. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I want Randy to win the WrestleMania so bad.
He can't lose to a Claymore kick.
I think it's gonna be like I said, a triple threat or a fatal four way or something like that. But
You know him, Drew, Randy, and Cody.
I think they're gonna add somebody else too. But I don't think it's gonna be 1-on-1. I don't think so.
Mhm. Good little storyline.
I just
All
want
right,
Randy to win.
all right. But we will be talking about that as WrestleMania approach. But with that being said, let's get to another wrestling topic. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. KD. Top five, top five overrated wrestlers of all time. It's on you, Mr. KD.
I was hoping that Amari would go first because I only could come up with three. But I'm gonna say my three, and maybe Amari can help me get to my other two. But I know the peak of my list, and I'm comfortable saying it. Top dude on my list is Goldberg. No, I was thinking about him as my fourth, but I said, nah, he still did enough to not, but we'll get there. So my three is Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Those three guys are extremely overrated to me personally. I've tried. I understand Hogan was a different time and the magnitude of that time. I get that. That has nothing to do with my opinion. Goldberg, Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. The name you was hitting at, I was thinking about him for fourth, but at the end of the day, I said, man, he has enough accomplishments. He has enough stellar matches that I can look past my personal judgment. But yeah, I'm open to your five, IT's five, and maybe I could build two more
Is
with
it
my
is it
five.
crazy to say that I dipped from? It was kind of like I went off your list, and then I took your personal and put it up there,
Oh,
and then I
who?
took no, not Sean,
Oh,
not Sean. Come
oh,
on, Brett. I got Brett up
okay,
there. Like you
okay,
said, you
okay.
was gonna put Brett at four. I did
Right,
put
right,
Brett at four,
right.
and then I got Andre the Giant.
I was gonna say him too. Yeah, yeah. I'm right there
But
with you.
like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even I wasn't even thinking about Hulk Hogan at first because I mean I'm a Hulk Hogan guy. I don't know why. It's just that the theme song get me. I don't know. I feel real
Man,
patriotic then.
you was 2 decades after Hogan. What
Hey,
you a
but I
Hogan
that
man
that
for?
the theme I don't know. It was like when
He
I first
stole
started.
that song.
It don't matter. Don't matter. He stole a lot of things. So did America, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But
That's a good point. Good point.
but
Good point.
hey, um, I had Andre Johnson at 5. Another one that I actually had, but I personally always felt like he was overrated. Big Show. Even though I feel like it's kind of the same way
See,
for
you said names. You said names that came to mind, but I couldn't. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I thought of Big Show, but
I
that
feel like
closed
I'm
quick.
giving Big Show. I feel like I'm giving Big Show a lot of credit for a small time, but
Nah,
even
what he was able to do at that size, Big,
at
I
the same
can't put
time,
Big. Yeah,
it's like you. I would say the same. Like you said, the same thing that I would say for Big Show, I could say for Mark Henry. It's like you had
no,
a
Mark
short
Henry was on my
time.
list too. Yeah,
It's like you had a short time, but what you were able to accomplish in that time,
nah, but
like
Big Show to harp on Big Show. Big Show was able to compete with so many levels of competition: the smaller guys, the powerhouses, the middle guys, the technical guys. Big Show, he put his work in. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Even if you go back to WCW, when he was younger, Big Show was a
oh, when
extremely
he had that little
crazy
toupee of
talent
hair.
for that size. Like, for his size, he was doing crazy stuff, like top rope stuff, everything. Like, nah, Big Show put his time in. I wanted to say him, his name came up, but then I thought about it and I was like, nah, he was versatile enough that I can't even put him in that category. But I did think of Mark Henry though, for sure.
All
See
right.
who your 5.
All right. So I got a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I bet
And I
you
got a
Hogan
couple.
ain't in his. All these
I got a
old
couple,
heads.
I got a couple of honorable mentions.
Go ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
The Ultimate
at
Warrior.
at
The
5, Roman Reigns. At 4, Ronda Rousey. At 3, The Big Show. And we're gonna talk
he
about all
clickbaiting.
this.
He
At,
clickbaiting. Ain't
at
no way he
2,
just started that list with Roman Reigns.
yeah, at 2,
I ain't gonna lie to
at
you,
2,
Mark. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your list.
Ultimate Warrior. And at 1, and this goes to y'all were talking about him earlier. Goldberg. He and my boy career. So he gotta be number 1. He's limited.
But what?
So
But what we were saying, Mark. When I picked my list and then I looked up other lists to try to see was I missing a name. Roman Reigns come up too often for me personally. Like, his name come up. I looked at like 6 different, maybe even more websites, and Roman Reigns' name is in those. Him and Batista, both of their
Yeah, I was
names
going.
are in these lists.
I can actually say Batista was one that I kept coming up with, and I was like, Batista, and my time span alone for me
That's what I'm
watching
saying.
wrestling,
Maybe it's our
Batista did a lot.
generations. Maybe
I
it's
said
our
Batista did a
generations.
lot, but I mean it's something else. But then again, like I mean, if you anybody watched the promo that Roman Reigns and CM Punk just cut on Monday Night Raw, and he made a valid point. If it wasn't for the bloodline storyline that
What
Roman
would
Reigns and his
WWE
family
be?
did, where
What
would
would they be?
WWE have been right
The
now?
last
He said,
3 years.
I kept the job open for you so you could come back. So how can Roman Reigns be
What he
overrated when
say?
I'm carrying the
He said
business?
you came. He said you came back for them 30 plus guys that's living in their mama basement. Like,
Hmm.
hey, man, listen. I don't understand how Roman Reigns comes up in these.
and that's why I got him at 5, and I'm gonna tell you why. At one time, especially early in his career, he was over pushed as that guy. Now, as we speak, he's becoming more of that guy. His mic skill done got better. His wrestling skill got better.
More of, more
No, he
More.
was
of.
that he was that guy
Who's
once he
that
broke off
guy?
from the
Hold
Shield.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
It was
hold
selling
on,
him. Dean Ambrose
hold
was
on. Before you come
forgotten.
at me, Mr. KD just said, what you say, 6 different organizations
No,
said
I'm
it was
not
over.
saying all of them. I'm saying, like, out of those, if
No,
I
no,
looked up
I'm
6,
saying to
about
say that
2 of them
there's a
has
reason that
Roman.
a lot of people is saying this. It's not
Yeah,
just me.
because y'all don't want to be honest with yourselves. Hulk
Nah,
Hogan was
you want to
overrated.
bow down.
Hulk Hogan was overrated. Y'all don't want to say it.
See, and this is the thing, right? Hulk Hogan overratedness is superseded by what he did for the business. So it's like this.
If I kept
So,
the business
so
alive
I'm
for
gonna
three
get to you like
years,
this. This
oh
guy
my
had
God.
to do XYZ to take this entity to the next echelon. So that's where he get his respect. His respect is in the growth of the business, not necessarily him as a
No,
person.
I get, like I said,
Maintain the
I get
business.
Hogan's uh Mac, like I get who he was as the whole perspective. I get that. But we said wrestler. That was the question.
But
Wrestler.
but that's a part of it. If I'm a global icon, I'm telling you right now, you can take a 10-year-old, a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. All of them know Hulk Hogan. They're gonna know Hulk Hogan and know Ric
Right.
Flair.
Because that's the
Yeah,
history. But if you limit it,
what I'm
if you
saying
go
is,
10, 20, 30, 40, and maybe 50, they know Roman Reigns right now.
but hold on, go 60, 70, 80, go, but you got to go
I
the
can't
whole.
go that far.
But that's the
Because
point, though, Miss Katie. Miss Katie.
no, you're talking about 60, 70. Hogan was actually wrestling when they was young.
But
You
Mr.
can't do
KD,
it like
the
that.
point, Mr. KD, the point is my reach is stronger. But what I'm saying
Because
is,
your reach
older.
is stronger because you're older.
You're older.
Mr. KD, if I couldn't talk to them people that's 70, 80, and 90, there would be no people that's talking to you when they 60, 50, 40, and 30.
I disagree.
That's the
I
point.
disagree.
What?
I feel
I
like
disagree.
you trying to use the same logic
going
that
back on
Roman
the-
Reigns used on CM Punk on him, and that's not how it works.
You said what, Mr. Amari?
You
I'm
trying to
a
use the
firm
same
believer.
logic that Roman Reigns used on CM Punk, or from Hogan to Roman Reigns. You trying to use that same logic, and it's not how that works.
Meaning that if I didn't build this, you wouldn't be able to have this platform to have it. Like,
You didn't build it on it by
You
yourself.
didn't
was
build
a
it
bunch
on.
of
You
names.
didn't. Y'all say you didn't
no,
build that
but
by
I think
yourself.
it's another echelon. I made it global.
You made it. No,
Yeah, you were the top guy. You were the top guy. You were the top guy. You were the
I feel
top
like
guy.
they made it.
But
They
how
made it
many
global
top
when they
guys have
started
we
getting
seen?
guys like Yokozuna and
We've seen
other people. That's when they made it global.
We've seen
I
hella top
predate
guys.
all of them. I'm the one that did this. So
Right.
like, and my honorable mention, like,
At the
and my
same
honorable
thing
mention
is Roman
to the point.
Reigns was the guy that I made Seth Rollins 8. CM Punk came back in 8. They ate
Sami
off my
Zayn
plate.
ate.
They ate
Hold
off my
on,
plate.
Mr. KD. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm speaking about. No, we had spoke about why is Hulk Hogan not under. I mean,
No, I
why
get that. I
is
get
he
that.
not
I get
overrated?
that.
The
I
point
get
is,
the
I'm
magnitude.
saying that all
We
these
said
people
wrestler.
talking about is eating off his plate. The point
We
is,
said wrestler. We said
but
wrestler.
that's a part of being a wrestler. If you don't know me, then there's no wrestling.
We all knew Goldberg. Why is he on all our lists?
No, but you talking about after I built this, Mr. KD.
We all knew. Everybody knows Goldberg's name.
No,
Why is he on all of our lists?
Before Hogan, who we know.
That's cool. Everybody know Goldberg. Why is he on all of our lists? His name is heavy. Why is he on all of our lists?
Mr. KD, his name is heavy, but he didn't. So I'm gonna give you an example.
Overrated.
No, I'm gonna give you an example. If Goldberg was able to save WCW, maybe we would speak about him the same way we speak about
Goldberg
Hogan.
was big in. If we talk name for name,
No,
Goldberg was bigger than Hogan in the WCW.
My man was dancing in the sports.
No, I'm saying if he was able to save WCW, my point is Hogan was able to save.
So why Hogan? No, he
Go ahead.
won't. No. NWO was able to save
I
WCW.
say it.
That's why I
And
keep
he
talking
had
about
to join
Hogan.
them.
Hogan came before all of them. I'm talking about 82, 81, 88,
He
89.
didn't come before NWO. He joined NWO.
Yeah, I say he joined NWO to save WCW. What are we talking about?
Speaking about the 90s.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were already
They
together.
started it, you know.
That's the 90s. I'm talking about the 80s. I'm talking about the 80s.
I'm saying Hulk Hogan. If we really break it down, Hulk Hogan's biggest point in WCW was when he joined NWO.
When he switched over and joined the NWO.
That was his biggest point in WCW.
In the 80s. I don't understand. I don't think I understand how big
No,
Hulk
he was
Hogan
in WWF. He was with Vince then. He was over there. The biggest point was he jumped ship. That's what made it so big for him. Then he ended up coming back. But that if he would not have joined NWO, that would not have. That's what saved WCW.
Mr. KD, that happened
Okay,
in
and
the
in the
90s.
80s, where was he at?
In movies.
No, but we talking about wrestling.
Trash.
Before wrestling, where was he at? In
He
wrestling,
brought movies that nobody knows.
yeah, he had
He
some
was
bull
He
crap
wrestling
brought
movie.
movies like
He had
nobody
bull
knows.
crap movie
80s.
performances. Where was he at wrestling in the 80s?
A star.
Where?
He.
Where?
What I'm saying is he brought
Where?
wrestling global.
Where was he at?
Where was he at? He was in the WWF.
Thank you. So he was in WWF. He
Before that, he was
jumped
in
ship.
Go ahead. What you about to say?
Remember, no, I'm about to say, if you go in there, he failed there. Vince
He
took a
failed
chance
where?
on him. Vince took a chance on him with the WWF.
No. I'm saying that he was such a star because he been wrestling since the
Where?
70s. That in the 80s, so he was wrestling and
When he
doing
got
movies.
to WWF, Vince had to take a chance on dude.
It
He
wasn't
was
a chance. He was
solidified.
a star already.
No, he wasn't. Hogan was not a star.
When you think he
Vince,
became a star?
WWF, Vince.
Wow. My point is this:
And
Hogan
the
been
crazy
that
thing
guy,
is, the
and
crazy
he
thing
took
is,
it global. He
I'm
took
getting it.
wrestling
I'm
global.
taking it. I'm taking the words out of his mouth. In the McMahon documentary, he said he was about to give wrestling up until he ran into McMahon giving him a chance. He said it.
He took wrestling global.
Okay.
For
After
you.
Vince, right? You saying after
For you.
Vince.
I'll say because I'm
This is
looking at
after
I'm
Vince,
looking at
right?
the exact quote, and it's
No.
exactly what Katie just
This is the
said.
biggest
I'm
point.
telling you, I
Go
watched the
ahead,
documentary.
Mr. Mike.
He
Go ahead,
said
Mr. Mike.
Vince.
Go
He
ahead,
said
Mr.
Vince
Mike.
is the reason he stayed with wrestling. He was about to leave.
No, go
That's
ahead, Mr.
exactly
Mark.
what this.
I'll speak
No,
about what I can say.
no, that's exactly what the quote says. He said, "If it wasn't for Vince McMahon, my wrestling dream would have never continued past
He
when I
said he
Yeah,
left."
was done.
the
He said he was
question
done.
was overrated. And what I'm saying is what he was
He
doing.
made
What
your
Don't
he
move the
did,
list.
he
goalposts. He
elevated.
moving the
No,
goalposts. He
he
moving the
made
goalposts.
if you saying top most overrated, he made your list. He made my list. He made
No, he didn't
Katie's
make my
list.
list. He didn't
Now
make
he
my
didn't
list.
make
Three.
his list. He didn't make his list.
Okay, so that's
I'm
still
telling
two
you,
out of the top
Amari.
five. That's two spots.
Old heads don't want to be
No,
realistic.
no, no,
Like,
no, 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 Mr. KD. And then that's why I said the Bill Goldberg thing. If Bill Goldberg, to your point, you saying that it was already built, you came and you made it to the certain point. If Bill Goldberg was able to take WCW where Hulk Hogan took WWF at, then maybe he would be the star and he wouldn't be so overrated. That's my
but the
point.
thing is, Goldberg was big because of Hogan. That's why I'm saying I understand where people say we weigh Hogan's legacy heavier than we weigh his in-ring capabilities. But the question we asked on this podcast for this topic was overrated wrestler. If we talk about Hogan's wrestling,
Nah. I ain't talking. Nah, it wasn't a technical question. So if you get to the technical part, I get what you're saying. But with that being said, we're gonna get to our last verses of the night, based off the combine. And I think I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Mari. Who was more athletic, this draft class or the 2011 draft class? But do you know some of the names that was in the 2011 draft class, Mr. Mari? If you don't, I got some on for you. But if you do, you can tell me also.
that was
I mean,
Jonathan Ross, right?
I know a couple of the names, but I mean, if
Look,
you
look,
have the list, go ahead by
I
all means.
think they got three Cams. They got Cam Newton, Cam Haywood, and Cam Jordan. AJ Green, Alden Smith. I remember Alden Smith. That boy was a monster on the edge.
For a year.
Patrick Peterson, Von Miller, Tyron
What'd you
Smith.
say, Amari? For a
For
year.
a year.
No. He had like a 3-year run before he started acting crazy. JJ
Okay.
Watt,
Your rookie contract. That's great.
Julio. And I think that's all the
But
names.
see, when you name the names, that's not the question you asked. You
The
Nah,
didn't
question was
say,
who was more
I-
athletic.
Go
you
ahead.
didn't say who breeded the best players because we can't analyze that right now. You said the most athletic combine.
And so far, as of right now, PFF And
This
I
the
mean the
fastest
overall,
combine
this
ever.
is the fastest combine ever. This has to win.
Based off your question, athletic,
Athletically
right,
gifted,
right.
this is the best combine. But
Right.
if you talk about skill wise, we have to see.
Well, no, but we can't do that yet because
Like
if
I
you talk
said,
about
skill
skill wise,
wise,
yeah,
we have to see. I said
yeah.
we have yet to see what they have skill wise, but athletically gifted, this is the best. This is the most athletically gifted draft class
And
we've
the
ever
crazy
seen.
thing is, we probably could have said that for the last 3-4 years because
Every
it
single
just
time,
keeps getting more. These guys keep getting
they
more
get better
athletic,
and better.
more crazy. We got a 6'9" guy running a 5'40". Like it just keeps getting more astronomical. But um, when you talk about the production from the draft class, we have to wait and see. You tried to use 11 because you got Hall of Famers in 11, but that's not directly intact to their combine performances. So, yeah, the question is shrewd.
Now I used 11 because I believe that it was a lot of great athletes also in that class, just in general.
Looking
So
back,
like,
I feel like
2020,
when you
like,
yeah
like,
look
it's like
yeah,
I didn't name all the names. It's a lot of names that I didn't even name in
because
2011. Like
AJ didn't go. AJ didn't go.
AJ Green was in 2011.
No, he
he
got
didn't go in the
drafted in
combine.
11. He didn't go in the combine.
Okay, okay.
I said he was one of the people that didn't participate.
That's what I'm
I
saying. The
felt like
question is shrewd. If you talk about the draft class, we got to wait to see. But if you talk about combine performances, you got to take half those names off of there.
I can say that was the purpose of the question,
Yeah.
to see if the judgment can be clouded.
But like Amari touched on, the same thing I was going to say, as far as the question, athletically gifted combines, 2026 right now holds the realm. But we'll see how that ages. I don't think it's going to age well because me personally, I'm not a combine guy. But that goes into another topic.
I just think that goes into another rant more than topic.
Yeah, yeah. What are we judging old tackles running a 40-yard dash for? What are we doing there?
20-yard
I'm never
sprint, baby.
asking you to run 40 yards full speed. I'm not never asking you to do that again.
You sound like a great coach.
Nah, I'm trying to get your position, like you said, up top. I want to be front office. I don't want no offensive tackle to run a 4.5.
But why not though? Like this the benefit. So like
That's the
do you not see a
best
benefit
pulling.
in the
Hey, that's the
combine?
best pulling guard you'll ever find.
I'll tell you why not. Because I'm never asking you to run 40 yards straight, full speed.
But if you can run
When am
20
I ever
yards,
asking that?
if you can run 20 yards at a 4.3,
Are you putting your hands on somebody or not?
that's 3 blocks right there.
Nah, that's allegedly. Ain't no blocks when I'm running a 40-yard dash. It's just me and air.
You right.
Now maybe they should put a 40-yard dash with obstacles. Let me move somebody during my 40-yard dash. But realistically,
See how
speaking,
fast you can move a block? That's
yeah, let me move somebody while I'm
that's what
running
they got the
40 yards.
sled for.
Yeah. Let me move somebody while I'm running 40 yards. But yeah, the combine is for who it's for. It's for the skill positions. And I get mad every year. Every year you get about 3 DNs or D tackles where they be like, oh, this is an extremely great 40-yard dash for his size. Okay, what does film look like? He do all that and still get drafted on the third day.
A position of need. It wasn't a position of need.
No, but if a receiver, if he go like, i.e., a John Ross, he go a 4.2 or 4.2 something.
This was just that was personal to yourself.
That was personal, yeah. Because I get mad at the combine. You know what? Now that I'm looking back on
That was the last time that you watched it.
But
That might be
that's
where
how we got so high by running the 4.2 though, Mr. KD.
you say what?
That's how he got drafted so high by running the 4.2.
And that might be where I said F the combine.
Technically,
because I don't
no,
understand.
His film was good. He was going to go in the first round.
He
wasn't going to go top 5.
No, he won't 5. I think we drafted him.
He was definitely in top 5. He was like,
no, I don't think it was top 5. Was it? IT, you want to fact check everything else. Was John Ross top 5? I don't think he was top 5. I don't think he was top 5. I want to say 11 for some reason, but I'm not certain because we've been on this podcast for 2+ hours, and I'm not sure of that. But I want to say 11.
He was 9th.
Okay. Like,
But I can
but it
understand
was
why
that
that would be
4
your
2.
reason to
It
stop.
was that.
That
That's when
four two
and
two.
that might be the reason where I said F the combine. That might be the point. Cause I wanted Reuben Foster.
And
Uh
you dodged the bullet twice.
no, I would have been okay with Reuben Foster. I would have been okay with that.
Or you would have had him for a year or two.
No, you can't judge where he went off of where he could have went. Like we two different situations.
I feel like I don't know because it's like Cincinnati, Ohio versus Washington D.C.
We might have offered you some. Hey, we was graded A minus for facilities.
All right.
Not
All
in
right. All right. So,
Not in 2012, but yeah,
all
you're right.
right. We will get to our sticky note segment. And I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD. Gotta know this your favorite person. Who should be the quarterback one going into the Cleveland Browns season next year? Deshaun Watson or Shador Sanders? I know you love
Kyler Murray.
First off, who you said is my favorite? I'm trying to
Deshaun
think.
Watson.
Oh no, I just keep bringing him up. He's not my favorite, but
He your
I
favorite.
wish Amari would have went first because I think I'm about to cover his corner on his perspective. But
Kyler Murray.
kind of sort of because I was about to say Shador is a better bet than Deshaun Watson, but Cleveland has expressed that they're open to ample situations as far as free agency.
They don't
Um,
want Shador to start. In other
They don't
words,
want they don't want nobody. I ain't gonna say they don't want. I'll rephrase that. They are not guaranteed that anybody on their roster will be the starting quarterback of the next season. If Malik Willis is interested and we're interested, we're gonna get him. If we can find somebody in the draft, we're going to get him. If we can find a veteran as in Kyler Murray, we're going to get him. They are not comfortable with who they have in house already. So therefore, the question Shador over Watson, if it was that simple, I would put Shador over Watson. But I think it's way more complicated than that. They're looking for the best opportunity.
no, I definitely agree.
I don't care
If
how many
it's
horses. I don't care how many horses you buy the head coach. He don't care about that.
it's if it's black and white, Shador versus Deshaun, I would go out there with Shador. I feel like you go out there with the younger, more viable option. I mean, I feel like at this point they just kind of keeping Deshaun to eat his contract. So then when they do decide to cut him, it's not that bad. Um, but they're gonna look into other veteran options. Like Katie said, if a Malik Willis is there and he's interested, bring him in. If Kyler Murray is interested, bring him in. I mean, he has the defense to back him, but I just don't think that they want any of the quarterbacks under roster on their team to play. I don't think they really wanted any of the players that were on their offense on roster to play outside of Quinshon Judkins, really,
Dang.
and Harold
Dang.
Fannin. They let the whole offensive line go. You let the whole offensive line go and then traded for one and gave him a contract.
Jerry Judy.
Think about that. All right, let's let the silence be loud. And then we can come back into the fact that, yeah, I mean, outside, it's sad. It's like Jared Judy, your best receiver, and he's probably only putting up 800 yards.
Go ahead and say your boy name. You say him every other topic.
I won't go bring him up. I mean, I did say his name earlier, a little bit earlier. But I mean, like, Jared Judy, your best.
He's the reason they can let David and Njoku go test the market.
Yeah, and he's expressing interest in Philly. Well, I shouldn't say
Vice versa.
Philadelphia is expressing interest in Philadelphia, and yeah, like you said, vice versa. And I think it's a good fit for him. But I mean, only time will tell. But if I had to pick for the day one opening signal caller between Deshaun Watson and Shador, I'm picking Shador.
Man, I done seen so many clips. I don't know if Deshaun Watson want to play quarterback no more.
I don't even know if Deshaun Watson interested in NFL football.
Right. I think that man is comfortably settled into.
He got his bread. I got my money.
And that's Cleveland's fault. So
I got all the money I wanted.
All right. No matter what has been said, we know who's the number one. That's us. When you come to play, We out.